Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
And here we go on a Thursday, on our way to 9 a.m. right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, we have made it to Thursday, second last day of the Juice in this iteration. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
Oh, it's great to talk to you, Beam. Beautiful day yesterday.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
My youngest son, Caleb, came home. I was like, bro, get off the TV, get outside. It's a
You
nice
nerd.
day. It's a nice day. And he goes, you can't say it's a nice day. I don't think it's nice. I'm like, well, by the majority of the world, people would probably define 70 degrees and sunny, the little breeze, low
Maybe
humidity.
the nicest day you can doctor up.
We're not getting much better than that, big dog.
Especially after 5 days of eating turds.
What's amazing? That's why I said, I go, if it was raining, you can sit in here and watch TV. But with what's going on right now, you're going to go outside and you're going to go be with the three-dimensional humans, not the YouTubes, hanging out on
We'll hang out with Mr. Beast today.
Yeah. Well, he was, Dad, you want me to watch something educational in here? I'm like, you do watch some educational things from time to time, but we're going to get outside because it may be raining at some point in the future, and then you won't be able to go outside. So let's go outside right now and enjoy that time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all. So he went outside. Next thing you know, he's having a good time and enjoying it.
Of course he is. That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
Just getting them to a situation in which they don't want to do is the hardest problem.
The waiting is the hardest part, Beam.
It really is. Hurry up and wait. We got a great show lined up for you here. As you can tell, my cold has not gone anywhere. So we'll make it through today. We will excel through today, and then we'll get to our final show tomorrow. But we got an awesome show lined up for you here this morning. Sharky was kind enough to cut up some Will Howard and some Jack Sawyer sound. He was on Ben Roethlisberger's podcast yesterday. So we'll get to take a listen to that a couple of times throughout the day. What are the top 10 jobs of the NIL era in college football? We'll go over that coming up here, bottom of the 6 o'clock hour. The White House is getting involved with college athletics. We got that to look forward to, which is good. Had another crazy comeback in the NBA last night. We'll get into that a little bit later on. We will field more of your calls. It was such a rousing success yesterday. And Shark did such a great job in exceeding our expectations fielding
Fish
calls.
even sent you an email, said, good job fielding calls.
He really did. He was out of his silo, even though he's not here. So it's a good job out of him, Shark. I know you very much loved that email that you got from him. 7:30 and 8:30 this morning, we will do that. And then, of course, a couple hours away from right now, top of the 8 o'clock hour, Albert Breer, MMQB, he's going to join us. We'll talk about the George Pickens trade, him going down to Dallas, and all kinds of other stuff going on across the NFL. Before we hop into anything else today, it is Thursday. It's the 8th day of May, 2025. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Dr. Bob, what you got lined up for us today, buddy?
Oh, boy. I mean, Dr. Bob, that's definitely a little excessive as far as the praise going there. This date, Thursday, May 8th, the 128th day of the year, 237 days remaining, one more day of the Morning Juice is ahead of us after today. This date, 1877, the first Westminster Dog Show takes place in New York City, Bean.
Love the Westminster Dog Show. That's Meredith's Super Bowl.
Is it really?
Yeah, she loves it. Absolutely loves it. We record it every year. She doesn't want updates on it. She wants to know.
Does she have aspirations to get Theo in there someday?
I don't think Theo is a Westminster, an AKC verified breed. I think he's a mutt. So I don't think that he would be allowed to go in there. But if there was a mutt category, you bet your hindquarters that she would sign him up.
Yeah, that'd be great. It's a fun thing. I mean, the fact that they made a movie about it, Best in Show, is all you need.
It's a great movie, by the way.
It really is. Very accurately described, kind of portrays a little.
Eugene Levy, Jane Lynch is in that.
Oh, Jane Lynch is awesome.
Yeah, she is. She's awesome in most of the movies. You know what I had for breakfast? Mm-hmm. Cocaine.
Well, there you go.
That's 40-year-old virgin, but still, she's a star.
That'll get you juiced up. This date, 1886, pharmacist John Pemberton. Do you know what he created, Shark?
I know what he created. Coca-Cola.
There you go. And on this day, he sells the first carbonated beverage that he named, as you mentioned, Coca-Cola. This day, 1945, the Germans surrender in Europe, leading to VE Day.
Greater and greater crowds surge around the palace railings as onto the balcony come the royal family, accompanied by our Prime Minister himself.
Victory in Europe Day, more commonly known as V-Day, celebrates the end of World War II in Europe. V-Day was declared on the 8th of May 1945. Prime Minister Winston Churchill made an announcement on the radio at 3 p.m. that the war in Europe had come to an end.
Signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea and air forces in Europe to the Allied Expeditionary Forces and simultaneously to the Soviet High Command.
There we go. Soviet High Command, Shark.
It's a sad day for Shark.
That's back when we were allies.
Well,
Kind
I don't know if
of.
your allies just had a common enemy. I don't know if they're ever fully trusting of what was going on.
Yeah, but wouldn't that consider you allies?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. I wouldn't call you an ally. I would call you a partner.
Yes.
Co-conspirator.
Truman, after FDR died, Truman met Stalin one time. Didn't trust the guy from the second he shook his hand.
Yeah, but he had that sweet phone tagged to the White House that tethered together
Yeah.
between that and the Kremlin.
Well, I didn't realize this. They said Stalin was really short, a small guy. But you wouldn't think that.
He looked beefy.
Well, because that's how he was photographed all the time. And for photographers that did not portray him as such,
Joseph Stalin was 5'4".
What?
yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
He's like Napoleon.
I don't know when I was reading this, probably back on his birthday, whenever we were talking about this and you were celebrating him. But they said he had a number of photographers that did not film him correctly and shoot him correctly, and they lost their jobs.
I can't get a real read. It
If
says
not
he's
more.
5'6", 5'7", 5'4", 5'5". There's no bigger than 5'7".
Yes, he's not tall.
I always visioned him as like a 6'2" dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, riding a bear.
Yeah.
Like Putin
Shirtless.
Jr. Like that's, believe me, that's how he wanted to be portrayed. And
Yeah, I
so
mean, it makes sense.
you know what? Kudos to him, because obviously it worked, at least over here. I mean, Shark's his biggest fan. He didn't even know how big he was. This day, 1970. Appropriate coming out today. Maybe even been better if it was tomorrow. The Beatles released their 12th and final studio album, Shark. Let It Be.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
That's so
Let
good.
It Be. Let It Be.
No notes. Perfect.
It was tremendous right there. This day, 1976. Coaster Bob Day was yesterday, Beam.
Yeah.
Coaster Bob Day for the show. I thought we would still be looking at that day, but apparently it happened a couple of years ago.
We're almost at the bottom of the hill, buddy.
They really are. They're going
They're about to rip us off of there. We wanted to
right
go
out.
around for another ride. They said, no, get off. You've
No
already
more.
ridden it enough.
The first steel coaster with a vertical loop opens at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So
Nice.
big day for Coaster Bob doing that. And then this date, 1984, the USSR, the Soviet Union, announces a boycott of the Los Angeles Olympics.
Good evening. The Soviet Union will not be taking part in the 1984 Olympic Games to be held in Los Angeles, and it's expected that most of the Eastern Bloc will follow suit. The announcement, which came from Moscow late this afternoon, blamed the commercialization of the Games and the lack of security measures, violations in the eyes of the Russians of the Olympic Charter. The Soviet Union accuses the United States of using the Games for political purposes. They say they are guilty of stirring up anti-Soviet propaganda. In 1980, the Americans boycotted the Games in Moscow in protest against the Soviet military intervention in Afghanistan, and it's always been a possibility that the Russians would take their revenge this summer.
There we go. Always been a possibility that they would take their revenge.
And they
this
did
summer.
it in this life or the next.
Which I found that ironic. Like, we were protesting them not going to or invading Afghanistan. They were protesting us not going to their Olympics.
No, that's what it was all about, getting revenge.
What did they say?
claimed that the U.S.
Vietnam?
was guilty of propaganda against Russia, against the Soviet Union back then, and of commercializing the Olympics. Imagine that.
Well, they did that in a pretty big way.
Yeah,
I'll give them that.
The IOC, I mean,
Them and FIFA.
those guys didn't get rich on their own.
No.
So I could see where that was the case, but it seems like, why wouldn't you just come here and win more? Like, that's kind of the deal. They had really nothing else going, but who knows? Some birthdays today. Speaking of your boy Harry Truman, born on this date, 1884. He was what number president, Shark?
Oh, Harry was 33.
Larry Bird, the Larry Bird president.
Harry and Larry.
There you go. Friedrich Hayek was born on this date, 1889, wrote one of the famed books, Road to Serfdom, about modern economics. I actually read that, Shark. Pretty darn good. A little read, maybe a little dry at times. Philip Bailey turning 74, one of the founding members of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Do you remember when it first died? September, love was changing the minds tonight.
There we go. Oh, goodness. Bill Cowher turning at 68 today.
Play well enough to win, you thought? What do you think? That's what I'm asking you. I don't know. What do you think? It's 4th and 12, and we're sitting there, and we got out of the game. Hey, this bottom line, this business is finding ways to win. I don't assess how I thought we played. The bottom line is we didn't win today. Did that answer your question? Pretty much. Good.
He's such a surly attitude guy.
Oh, yeah. That's tremendous. This date, 1959, Ronnie Lott was born, making him 66.
He made 10 Pro Bowls by mastering both corner positions, in addition to free and strong safety.
When you go play the game of football, it's a violent game. Can you be psychotic and yet under control? Can you be neurotic and yet under control? I think it was Timmy Newsom. I was trying to tackle him. Unfortunately, his helmet kind of smashed my finger against my shoulder pad. I had to go see the doctor so he could repair it. He says, well, look, one of your bones is missing in the finger. I chose to get the finger amputated so I could play.
Cut it off. One of the famed lines ever.
I mean, that's that's got to be the most famous thing to ever happen in the NFL, right?
We'll get the cigar cutter out and let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get me back in the game, Coach.
Just the nip of it. And then this date, 1974, Warren native Corey Stringer was born.
It was clearly a day of reflection on a dark and cloudy day. Some of Corey Stringer's teammates processed today's stunning news as a team. Others grieved individually.
I really don't even know where to start. The people at the hospital, they did the most unbelievable job to try to recapture his life. And there's just certain forces of nature you just can't change.
This was supposed to be an action-packed day here at training camp, but where fans normally line practice field fences to watch workouts, there were just flowers.
There's nothing you go through in life that prepares you for something like this.
Oh, that was Chris Carter, correct? Yeah, teammate of Corey Stringer's while he was in Minnesota, as well as some holidays and observances today. Beam on this day, May 8th, we have Free Trade Day, Iris Day, National Mental Health Awareness Day, Coconut Cream Pie Day, Give Someone a Cupcake Day, National Student Nurses Day, No Socks Day, VED Day, Truman Day, on or around May 8th, and World Red Cross Day. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. Thursday, May 8th, the 120th day of the year, 237 days remaining, and one more day of the morning juice.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. How will Howard and Jack Sawyer handle the Michigan loss and then ultimately a national championship? That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no crashes to tell you about, but we're watching things pick up on 71 near downtown and on 33 on the southeast side. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Billy.
Hi, I'm Billy Hatcher, a former professional baseball player, and I'm a patient at Tri-State Men's Health. Before I started the treatment, it was like my body was sore all the time, and I was feeling very, very sluggish. One day, I would be full of energy, and the next day it was like, where did all my energy go? And since I've started, my body hasn't felt this good in a long time. I feel like, I'm not 21 to 25 again. It's just been great. I feel very, very comfortable coming here. When you have the energy, it's amazing. You get to do so many other things that you couldn't do prior to that. If you're tired of hurting in the mornings, you want to improve your health, you want to feel better, give a call to Tri-State Men's Health. I promise you, you will feel better.
Thanks, Billy. It's true. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Make Mom's Day a good deal fresher at Meyer. Plump, ripe strawberries are 3 packages for $5 and are perfectly paired with fresh from Meyer muffins and a glass of the Barber & Son champagne. Show Mom some love with the colorful premium hanging basket or patio planner. Now for just $16.99, save $2. And use M-Perks to save $1 on select Mother's Day greeting cards. Give her exactly what she wants. That's the Love You Mom, Good Life at Meyer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meyer app.
When you're starting a home improvement project, a few big questions always come up. Who can I trust? Will they be there if something goes wrong? And lastly, how much is this going to cost me? At Newman Roofing, we've been answering those questions for over 30 years. As a family-owned and operated company that takes pride in every aspect of the job, with family members involved in each department of the company, we treat your home like it's our own. That means clear communication, no shortcuts, and a white glove experience from start to finish. And when it comes to cost, we get it. That's why we offer flexible financing options so you can get the quality your home needs at a price that works for your budget. Don't just take our word for it. With over 700 5-star reviews on Google, families across Central Ohio are sharing their Newman Roofing experience. For roofing, siding, and gutter solutions built around family, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HindererMotorCompany.com.
Common Man and Timmy are hosting afternoons together. Best friends, lots of jokes none of us understand. Not safe for work Instagram models. God help us.
Help! What should we do? Weekdays at 3, starting May 12th.
The Fan.
Hi, I'm Josie. My daughter turns 5 today. Blow out the candles. I'm also an Ohio State Highway Patrol trooper. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can get home to celebrate with my daughter.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. When you see flashing lights, remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Did you know 38% of Ohio's teenagers have spent money on gambling in video and online games? Items like mystery boxes, skins, and spin to win mimic gambling, putting children at a higher risk of experiencing a gambling disorder as an adult. So get in the know about youth gambling and start the conversation with discussion guides, parent resources, and more at ChangeTheGameOhio.org. That's ChangeTheGameOhio.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at a chance for some scattered showers later today. It's not going to be widespread or all day, but just be ready. Chances will be higher to the south. Temperatures in the upper 60s this afternoon. Will dry out tonight, drop to the 40s, back in the 60s tomorrow with sunshine, 70s and sunny through your Mother's Day weekend. That's your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Former teammates, Jack Sawyer, Will Howard. Now current teammates with the Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously played here. Buckeyes won a national championship with them. They took to Ben Roethlisberger's podcast and got a chance to listen to some of this yesterday. It's like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes long with the two guys up there. And I thought it was pretty good, but they did hit on some pretty hard-hitting topics. You know, Michigan lost, coming out the other side, national championships. And we'll take a listen to Will Howard right here. Just on the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry. He hadn't been in it a long time. It wasn't like he was a Jack Sawyer guy, had been in it for 4 years. You know, he came in, He's a Kansas State kid. I know he grew up in Pennsylvania, so he wasn't far removed from it. He obviously understood the ramifications, what happens if you lose that, and they got firsthand experience because they did. But here was Will Howard just on the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry and what that kind of meant and what that was like for him.
Obviously, I was a Penn State fan, so, Penn State thinks that their rivals are Ohio State, and Ohio State just doesn't really see it that way. Like, we literally talk about it every single day, and there's a huge emphasis on it. No M's in the building. Can't wear. I don't think I've worn blue this whole year. It runs really deep. Like, I had to jump into it. I'm a person that doesn't. I've said this before. I don't do things like halfway. Yeah. Like, if I'm gonna do something, if I'm gonna be a Buckeye, I'm gonna be a freaking Buckeye. Like, I'm not gonna wear blue. I remember I showed up on my visit. I visited. I think it was right after you guys played in the Cotton Bowl against Missouri. And the second day, I woke up and I put on a blue rowback hoodie. And I didn't even think about it, and I walked into the facility, and then I just, I felt like people were looking at me weird. Nobody actually said anything to me, but as soon as I got in there, it was freezing cold. It was like damn near negative degrees, and I was walking around in a t-shirt because I didn't want to. I was like, Mom, can you throw this in like your purse or something? You have to jump into it. Okay. And it's hard not to. Like, when you first get there, yeah, it is, it's new, it's different, it means a lot to the people that have been there. But like, I was, we do Team Up North abs damn near every day. Every M in the building's crossed out. So it's like, there's not a lot of, you don't really have a choice. You got to kind of either dive in or you're going against everybody.
That's what they call indoctrination.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting for a guy who, had never been a part of it, for him to dive into that and to feel it and to experience it. Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. And to do it and not really know about it beforehand, that's what makes it tough.
I mean, I get accosted on social media when I have Willie in yellow boots and blue sweatpants.
Really? Oh, yeah.
He's 2 years old.
Oh, yeah, that is
we're
true.
not even in thinking categories right now. It's just throw on whatever clothes are clean. Who cares what he's wearing? The color combos doesn't matter. He's 2 years old. He's like Frankenstein from Big Daddy. Wear whatever you want. I don't care. People are yelling at me like, you got to get him out of the Team Up North colors. I'm like, I have nothing to do with that program, but I understand it. I get it. It burns inside of everybody here.
Absolutely. And that's it's very interesting. And there's been times, believe me, it's funny because Urban was really big on that.
Urban yelled at someone. I played in a golf outing with Jake Ballard a couple of years ago. It was for the Buckeye Cruise. Mm-hmm. And we played with Chris from the Buckeye Cruise. And
Chris Quinn.
Yeah, we played with Chris Quinn. It was great. And, we got X amount of dollars to spend in the pro shop. And Jake's in there, I'm in there, Urban's in there, and a couple other people are in there. And I'll never forget this. And I'm on the other side of the room, and I can kind of hear what he's saying. And he's yelling at some guy for wearing blue. It's a random guy. I didn't know who that guy was. I had a very nice navy golf polo on, and Urban was just accosting him and yelling at him in the pro shop.
Good.
Like, yeah, that's great. Like, you are in Columbus. You are in the house that Jack built. We were at Scioto. You can't be wearing that color there.
What's amazing is I would go over there. I still do go over there, but there would be times I was going, I think maybe after, I don't know if this was while I was in grad school or what I had done. And I was, very rarely do I go over there in like dressier clothes. Usually it's like workout or coaching gear because I'm going to watch practice or work out or do something like that. And I was coming down in maybe from teaching my class or maybe, I'm not sure what, but I had like a nicer outfit on.
Yeah.
And I remember my shirt was blue and I had like some sort of slacks on with it. And I remember getting ready to walk through the doors of the atrium, like from the atrium.
Who's the coach?
Urban was the coach at the time. And I took my shirt off. And I just carried. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, listen.
I know how this is going to go for me.
And I told him, I was like, I got a blue shirt on. So I'm walking around with like dress shoes, khakis, and no shirt on. In like the hallway.
Did you spill coffee on your shirt, Bob?
100%. Like it looked ridiculous. It'd been one thing if like I had workout clothes on or whatever, like you're sweaty.
Yeah, then I get it. You got your shirt off.
Walking out of the weight room, like going to the bathroom. I'm like walking down the hall. I went to the equipment room. I was like, Cal, I need to get some sort of shirt. I don't care what it is.
As long as it's not blue.
And he's like laughing at me. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. Because usually I would always, it really puts I'll be honest, like I own some blue articles of clothing.
I think everybody has some blue articles of clothing.
And especially like my high school, our colors were like very akin to Notre Dame. I mean, it was like a navy and a gold.
I'm wearing a blue hat today.
And so I have clothes like that, as most people do. And I usually plan not to wear it whenever I'm going into the Woody Hayes. And that day, I remember it slipping my mind. And I think I had realized it as I was walking out of Fisher, the business school. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Maybe I just play it cool, whatever. And I remember Urban, getting on, I think it was Lou Holtz, maybe, and giving Lou like another pullover to wear or something.
Is that where the Ryan Day, Lou Holtz rivalry started?
No, it wasn't that. Because Ryan, Urban had coached under Lou at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I think it was him, or maybe it was like an NFL. There was someone there that's like, there was a little over the top, and he was like, get him a new shirt. And so that's what they did.
Didn't he make someone do push-ups? I forget which member of the media.
Yeah, because they walked on the block L, which that's a no-no.
Oh, you can't do that.
No,
that's
no
again, that's like anything in sports. You don't walk over the logo.
No.
You can't do that. In a locker room, no chance. That's bad juju. You don't want that on your side.
Yeah, so they have that in the weight room. And so when they have recruits in, it's interesting. I always know when they're going to have other, like foreign people, I say foreign, like non-Ohio State folks in.
Imports,
if you will, in the Woody Hayes, because they have cones that they put around it. And it's like blocked off. Like they do goalposts at the end of a game.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll all be blocked off like in the middle of the weight room. So there's that in there. So like because they don't want people stepping on it. And I think there was like Mick made someone do push-ups. They were like 75 years old. It was like someone's grandpa or something.
A visitor's grandpa? Just a random dude?
I'm trying to think.
Stepped on the logo making that guy do push-ups?
I'm trying to think exactly how that went down.
That doesn't surprise me at all, though.
But there was like someone that was older who had to do it. And I forget, maybe like a former player. But there was someone who was over the age of 50 that was doing push-ups.
Let me ask you this. If you were to walk in alternate reality, different universe, and you didn't rip your Navy top off.
What do you mean Navy? It was like Carolina blue.
Oh, so it was an entirely different shade.
Yeah,
it wasn't even akin to Michigan blue.
No, it wasn't.
So if you wore that inside, what do you think your punishment would have been?
It would have made me take my shirt off.
Oh, so you just preemptive striked it.
Basically.
But do you think you would have gotten a heavier punishment? Like if they're making 75-year-old
yeah, it would have been
dude
take your shirt off and be publicly shamed.
Well,
so
yeah.
I just led with the shirt off, and then we'll deal with the rest of it moving forward.
Do you think you would have had to go do Dawn Patrol? Like, do you think they would have enlisted you for that?
I don't know if they would have had me do any of those things, but it would have been more of a public shaming, and it would have not felt as good. So I was like, I'm just going to preemptive strike this. I'd rather deal with the embarrassment of walking through there with like a dress clothes outfit on and no shirt, sans a shirt. Like it may have been a button down, I don't know, but it's like, yeah, this is just what it was.
We'll hear from some of that more, that podcast coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. For now, what are the top 10 jobs of the NIL era in college football? We'll do that in 10 minutes. 2 minutes, Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Thursday. No crashes to tell you about right now. Things moving along just fine. A little bit busy on 70 coming in from the east side and on 33 out in Dublin. But again, no crashes right now. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Buckeye Lake Marina. It's boat season at Buckeye Lake Marina. Largest new and used boat inventory in the 3-county region. Details and more at BuckeyeLakeMarina.com.
Hey, Chris Candy here. My mom goes out of her way to make me happy, so this year I'm returning the favor with a bouquet from the Books Company. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they grow bigger, brighter, and last way longer. It's easy. Pick your bouquet, delivery date, and done. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your bouquets now. Go to Books.com. Use promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Patasko locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have you road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up 1 hour away from right now, we'll field your calls. We'll do that at 7:30 and 8:30 here this morning. On the YouTube chat, we have Jeff Rimmer's middle half. I said, I never got the logo thing like in hockey. Why put the logo on the floor then? So I was a janitor at the Shot. Mm-hmm. Talked about that a lot through our years here of doing this show. It was not a particularly great job or flashy job, but, the Ohio State men's hockey team plays in the Shot. So they have a locker room down there, and it was always expressed to us when we went into that locker room to clean that we do not step on the logo.
Yeah.
And not men's, women's basketball locker rooms, but explicitly the hockey locker room. And so, it's a gigantic logo. You've seen it, Bob. It takes up majority of the floor. So you would have to take the vacuum, stand on the edge of the logo, and make sure that you got the entire thing. The pool. But so it didn't count if the vacuum went on it, but you yourself were not allowed to physically be present on the logo.
Which is interesting because a lot of times it's like, I can step on the logo, but you can't step on our logo. And we never had that rule with Tress. And then with Urban, it got here. And there were some times early on that I almost did it, just not knowingly, because
you don't even think about it.
It's in the middle of the weight room, and it's big. So it's tough. You have to navigate around that thing. And there's times where there's people walking around and you may have to pause and inconvenience yourself to make sure.
You guys ever do circuits? I always found that circuits were hard to, because we did the same thing. We did the same thing at Centerville. You couldn't touch the logo, and people would just run into each other and bounce off of each other, trying not to step over that.
Circuit City.
Yeah,
that's what they call it. Mick puts up pictures of old school Circuit City all over the weight room, and
that's the worst.
Circuit City.
I've never seen more vomit in my life.
So my dad was telling me a story when he went to Miami, Ohio. You'll appreciate the Shark because you were around at this time.
The cradle of coaches?
When they, the invention of the Nautilus equipment.
Oh, yeah.
They used to just have free weights and things. They didn't have machines. And then Nautilus came out, and all the machines we haven't seen now, Nautilus was the first. And so people are like, oh, this is great. It helps limit injury. There was positives too. You didn't need spotters on things. And so he goes, at Miami, Ohio, we had a room that was probably about 30 by 30, maybe probably 50 by 50, 60 by 60. He goes, it wasn't a big room, though. And he goes, there was nothing in the middle of the room. And there was, 18 pieces or 15 pieces of Nautilus equipment.
And those are the big, bulky Nautiluses back in the day.
Yeah,
that are straight up
but they had
steel.
the weight stacks beside them. Oh, yeah. So you would go, he goes, and between each piece of equipment was a trash can. And he said, whatever there was, 10, 12, 15, something like that. He goes, and we would do, come in, there'd be a line, you have your time when he was in college at Miami. He goes, and you would show up, and everybody would be lined up, and you would do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, 3 sets at every machine.
Yeah.
And just go down the line. And there was a coach coaching you and yelling at you at every machine.
That sounds even worse.
And in between, there was a trash can, a total body, upper, lower, everything. And I was like, how was it configured? He goes, I don't even remember. He goes, all I remember is throwing up in that trash can in between. And while I'm lifting, watching other guys throw up in the trash can, and the coach is yelling at them.
It's a nice mirrotage by the end of the day.
Telling them to throw up during the breaks and not during their 30 seconds when they're supposed to be lifting.
Not during your sets.
And he's like, it doesn't sound that bad. He's like, but after 45 minutes of that, you feel like your body's about to shut down and you're throwing up all over yourself.
I want to say that every piece of equipment that we had, and maybe we can ask AJ about it tomorrow, because I'm sure that he was doing the same thing that we were, that I'm pretty sure it was it was 45 different workouts.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it was every machine, every piece of equipment was in use during that time of the circuit. The whole room. And you were just jumping from one. You had to have your buddy. You would have it would be the buddy system.
Yeah.
So it'd be you and a partner. And then you would, after the coach blew the whistle, you just jump right to the next one.
Somebody yell at you for not doing your reps, and then I'm going to yell at your buddy for not getting better reps out of you.
Yeah.
That's the Schlegel method. Dude on dude accountability.
That's exactly what it was. Dude on dude accountability. And we had this big, gigantic saying right in the weight room that said champions are made when nobody's watching.
Oh, yeah, except for your partner. He's watching you.
He's watching. Everybody's watching you.
I always feel like, Shark, somebody's watching me.
On the YouTube chat, Shadow. Shout out to Shadow of Shoe said, we catered lunch for team and coaches at the Woody Skyline. Our team have blue shirts. You should have seen the scramble when we figured out that wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Like, just put a coat on.
Hey, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter who you are.
There are times, I mean, where I've had my coat zipped all the way up, and it was like warmer in the building, but I kept the coat on because underneath I had a blue shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You
Can't do it.
Like, you just can't show. You can wear it, but you can't have it revealed. And so you will do anything to conceal the blue in there. And so, yes, if you walk through there, I don't know any players. I'm trying to think of guys that when they come walking in there ever wear blue stuff. Like, you kind of put those things away. And so, like I said, I've got a couple of blue shirts and things and different stuff. But if I know I'm going to go to the Woody that day, I do not put those things on.
No, can't do it. I was reading this from On3, top 10 college football jobs in the NIL era. I don't know if this is much different than top 10 college football jobs, but I understand for the argumentative purposes of this that NIL era is very...
That matters.
Yeah, it's a different era, right? This is Andy Staples' top 10 college football jobs. Number 1, Georgia. Get it? Got it. Understand that. They got an arsenal, got a cadre of weapons down there. They spent a lot of money. They've won a couple of national championships. You're in the SEC. I understand
Tracy
that.
Chapman said they've got a fast car.
They do have a fast car, and a lot of those guys are driving multiple fast cars and then getting arrested for it. Number 2, Ohio State. Got it. Understand that?
Yeah.
Still, big arsenal, big war chest, just coming off of a national championship. Number 3, Texas. That makes sense. Oregon 4, LSU 5, Notre Dame 6, Bama at 7, Michigan at 8, Clemson at 9, and Penn State at 10. That's not really surprising to me. I mean, you want to talk about mostly traditional blue bloods in there. Given the circumstances, now you've got money to spend in NIL. I think that makes sense.
So you look at this, a lot of it's the blue bloods, and there are some people like Oregon that may not be considered a traditional blue blood, but given the fact that they've got a deep war chest and they've had recent success, they're going to be on that list. But a lot of it's just the usual suspects because the teams that have been good for a long time usually have big followings. However, like some of those states, you know, we start talking about like Alabama, Ole Miss, like, are they going to have the wherewithal to continue to keep raising these dollars and doing the things that you need to do? Like, especially for traditional NIL, like how it was meant and supposed to be executed. And so that's the only thing as you look through this. Some places that are in geographically less populated areas and have less dollars around, they're going to have some issues.
Surprised that a Miami and a USC is not on the list?
Is Miami a great job, though? They've spent a lot of money. Who goes to their games?
Nobody.
Who goes to USC's games?
Nobody, unless they're really good, and it's the thing to do in town.
Then maybe like it's 2/3 full.
Yeah.
But I joke with guys when they come through. I say, where else are you looking? Here and there. We're going to Miami next. You know, have fun playing in front of nobody.
Literally,
I'm not
nobody.
telling you, like, hey, but I'm not trying to besmirch you from going there. But if you want to play big time ball, I mean, that is not big time ball.
In front of 100,000 people, then you come here.
It's like playing for the Cleveland Indians at the beginning of Major League.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe worse
up at old Cleveland Municipal Stadium. But that's how it is.
They were good last year too. They had a shot to get in the playoffs, and nobody was still going to their games.
Even when you're good, and
they had the number 1 draft pick as their quarterback,
and they had a lot of fun and drama. You may be able to knee it out at the end of the game, and your coach is still going to run some plays.
Well, he's not there anymore, is he?
Mario Cristobal?
Is he still there?
Yes.
God, what a mess.
I mean, he even got bailed out in some of the other games.
They should have lost 5 games last year.
I forget who they lost to this year. Maybe it was Georgia Tech. That they lost. It was 2 years ago. It was the Georgia Tech debacle. But maybe this year it was Georgia Tech again they lost to. There was another game that they lost that they ended up winning, or they lost because of something else.
They did lose to Georgia Tech.
But they mismanaged something even during that game.
Syracuse? No, they lost to Syracuse this year.
But it was a game that they lost, I think, but something else had happened, and it kind of bailed them out. It was an improper use of the time of what was going on.
Again?
Yes, it was mishandling a game situation. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And yeah, that's what it was. I mean, Mario Cristobal, they can recruit. They've been paying players. They got no one that comes to their games, but they can't manage a clock.
So would you consider that a top 10 job?
No, I wouldn't.
Would you consider USC a top 10 job?
Oh, man.
Which is a better job for you, USC or Miami?
USC is a better job because people do actually care about football there. And, well, you have a bigger population base who should care about it. Like, Miami's never really had people that have cared. USC, at points in time, that has been the place to go in LA, but you have to make it cool. I would probably rather coach at USC, just given the history.
Oh, you seem like a Southern California, LA kind of guy.
Coach, I hate most things about Southern California. And I love giving Ty Hamilton crap about it. I was talking to some of the guys in the cold tub yesterday about just the weirdness that goes on in Hollywood. And I'm like, dude, Once
Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Basically, it's kind of that with True Detective Season 2 and those parties in the hills. You know, I'm like the Diddy parties and everything else. Like, there's a lot of weirdness that goes on out there. And I go, you're only about 3 rationalizations away from being in a spot you don't want to be in this world.
I think Shark would thrive out there.
I think he could. Absolutely.
You ever thought about that? Retiring
for a guy
in Hollywood?
That's willing to try anything once?
I'd live in San Diego. I would never live in L.A.
Shark,
No,
think about this.
Not a chance.
My dad always would say this. Burn through all your retirement like the prodigal son in the next 10 years, and then just go be homeless in California.
No, you go back home then and live with mom and dad.
No, I'm talking about you.
I know, but you're talking about the prodigal son.
I understand that.
He spent all his money and then went back home.
Your dad is Gavin Newsom, and you can go out there and they can just give you the free cell phone.
No, I like in this hypothetical situation that Shark's dad is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
There
even
you
better.
go.
Yeah.
The
Even
governor.
The governor. And you can just hang out there, do drugs. They'll pay for all your stuff, and it's sunny 320 days a year.
Hey, good news for you. You have a chance to go to the Ryder Cup in New York this year. That's in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and a happy Thursday. No crashes on the map right now, but we are watching things pick up on the southeast side on 33 and on I-70 on the east side as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
Here, heart care helps you heal faster. Advanced, minimally invasive procedures mean less time recovering and more living life. See how we care for all of you at MountCarmelForYou.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of my favorite things, Wilson, is the look on people's faces when they see the end price for Pella windows.
Yeah, I'm always hearing, does it look like I'm wearing my money britches?
More like, I can't believe we get the Pella look and quality at these prices.
Oh, you went the other way with that. You're hearing good things. Oh, this is awkward.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Say goodbye to car care headaches with Carvenience from Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. For only $49, we'll pick up your vehicle, leave you with a rental, and return it fully serviced and spotless. No more juggling your schedule or wasting hours at the shop. Carvenience lets you focus on what matters while we take care of all the rest, making life easier. Schedule your service today at HindererMotorCompany.com.
When your boy Flavor Flav counts from 3, you're gonna go to Cane's and you're gonna order hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers. 3, 2, 1. Raising Cane's. One love.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the Phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
At Ohio Mulch, we're making it easy to refresh your yard just in time for Mother's Day. Right now, get 5 bags of mulch or soil for only $10.95. Unbeatable value to kick off your spring projects. Buy 3, get 1 free on 1.5 cubic feet of black mulch. Perfect for that clean, polished look. That's what I get for my yard. Want a wow mom? Give her a gift of a beautiful yard she'll love. Stop in this weekend for exclusive Mother's Day savings only at Ohio Mulch.
Ohio Mulch, Landscape Supply.
Hello, radio listeners. The Fan is debuting a new lineup on May 12th. T-Bone and Tyvis hitting leadoff at 6. Bishop and Friends stays at 9. That's not new. Rothman and Ice at noon. You already knew that. Common Man and Timmy at 3. That's slightly different. Even more inappropriate, if that's possible. And Beamer is the new host of The Buckeye Show. You're welcome. Or we're sorry. Pick one. Get all the details at 971thefan.com.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Tuning into your favorite team's game or actually going to the stadium is better when you feel at your best. If something's not quite right, reduce tension and pain and increase flexibility with expert-assisted stretching at Stretch Lab. Each session is customized to your body's needs with your unique goals in mind. Visit your local Stretch Lab today or go to stretchlab.com to get up to 50% off your first 50-minute stretch. Plus, get an additional $10 off with code FAN10. That's code FAN10 at stretchlab.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up in the 7 o'clock hour, we'll take your calls just like we did yesterday. Sharky was so good at fielding calls, we decided to throw him at him 2 days in a row.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Hey, living over there, Sharky?
I'm living the dream, Beam. Living the dream. Just got a front row seat to all that spectacular nonsense going on over there. Yeah. This year's Ryder Cup is being held at Bethpage Black out on Long Island, and the PGA of America is playing Santa Claus this summer. Over the next 5 months, they will give away randomly 3,000 tickets to unsuspecting New Yorkers. There will be no notice of when or where the giveaways will happen, but they're going to be doled out at various golf courses in the metro area, and these tickets, Beamsy, are not cheap. Face value's $750.
That's ridiculous. That face value is $750. All right. First of all, get over yourselves. Second of all, that's awesome.
They can get it.
I know that they can. I mean, there was 500,000 people registered to buy tickets. They went on sale in November, and they sold out within hours of them going on sale. So that's not going to be a problem. I think we need to get you to Bethpage for the Ryder Cup. I think we always talk about international competition and how we would like to go to that. Bethpage seems like the perfect storm for you to go out and support the USA, because it's going to be loud, it's going to be obnoxious, and it's going to be a raucous environment there out in New York. You know those East Coasters, Bob? I mean, they love to get after people. And certainly they're going to get after the Europeans when the Ryder Cup comes there.
Let's see where it's at in New York.
Up on Long Island, isn't it?
Yeah, it's right in the middle. Right in the middle of Long Island.
Real easy course, too.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've heard. It's one of the easiest courses. They have a sign. Did you know this about Bethpage Black? They have a sign. I know that you do, Shark. They have a sign before you tee off because it's a state park. They have like 5 or 6 different courses out there. They have a sign in front of the black course, which is the toughest one, which is where they play all the majors and things at. And the sign just reads, "This is an extremely hard and difficult golf course and is not for amateurs," or something along those lines. Amateurs. Yeah, so it's a nice little warning sign. But yeah, we need to get you up there for that. I feel like you would thrive in a Ryder Cup environment.
I enjoy team golf. I enjoy international competition. I feel like you're not wrong in saying that, Beam. That might be the place for me. I maybe should go look at going, but I don't know if $750 and like we're in the middle of Long Island. I feel like it might be kind of difficult to get out and get over there. That might kind of stink.
And Sergio won't be there for you to boo.
Oh, really?
That's even worse. Bob wants him there.
He's not playing well, Bob. I don't think he's going to qualify. He is washed up.
I love harassing
We need to bring the
Sergio.
Ryder Cup back to Muirfield. That's what we need.
Yeah.
Muirfield Village needs to host another Ryder Cup.
We have some bad memories of that, though.
Well, we have that, but we did get a Prez Cup back here when it was a monsoon.
2013.
We had one of the most iconic Tiger Woods club twirls of all time on number 15 when he walked that bad boy and planted a 4-iron to about 6 inches.
Jordan Spieth was 19 years old and made that team.
That's crazy.
Quarterback Tyrod Taylor has been in the NFL for 14 years, mostly as a backup, although he has started 57 games in his career. Taylor has played for Baltimore, Buffalo, Cleveland, the Chargers, Houston, and both New York teams. Currently, he's with the Jets, but has no thoughts of being their starter. The Jets have already declared Justin Fields the starter, and Tyrod says he'll prepare as if he's the starter just in case that he's needed. But, Bobby, he knows his job is to help Mr. Fields.
Wasn't he the starter with the Chargers when he got a lung punctured out there with Justin Herbert? Was it with Justin Herbert?
No, it wasn't Herbert. I don't think Herbert was with the Chargers then.
Yeah.
I think it was Dan Fouts.
Yeah, it was Dan Fouts. Phillip Rivers, when they hit him with the
it must have been
the acupuncture and went a little too deep. I thought it was they had drafted Rivers and
That's why Taylor did not start Sunday, and rookie quarterback Justin Herbert unexpectedly did against the defending champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Don't besmirch my
What year
CT.
was that?
2020.
Yeah. He got hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was during COVID. He got hit with some deep acupuncture, literally punctured a lung.
While trying to administer pain-killing injection, they punctured a lung.
Oh, it wasn't acupuncture. Yeah, it was the team that did it.
Because he already had cracked ribs.
Yeah, so they're trying to give him a lidocaine shot into his ribs and went a little too deep.
He beat out Baker Mayfield, according to Hugh Jackson. In
all those guys are having sweet time in that RV, too, on Hard Knocks.
Baker, They did congratulate Baker for winning the backup job that year.
Yes. He was the starter within a couple of weeks because Tyrod got hurt.
Listen, he's a very good veteran to have on your team.
He is. He's great, and he doesn't have any misconceptions about what he is at this point in his career, and that's the perfect guy you want as your backup.
Do you know who was coaching the Los Angeles Chargers at this time in 2020?
It wasn't Anthony Lynn, was it?
Yes, it was. It was Anthony Lynn. I forgot that he was even a coach for the Chargers. And then you went through Brandon Staley, who had the great collapse against the Jags, and then got fired middle of the season. Then they went to Jim Harbaugh. We'll do one more here, Sharky.
Oh, sure, Beamsy. Urban Meyer being inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame this year. Urbs coached, of course, at Utah and Florida and Ohio State, but he got his start as a head coach at Bowling Green in 2001. So the National Football Foundation will honor Meyer with an on-campus salute on August 28th. That is a Thursday, and the Fightin' Falcons will play Lafayette that night at Deutsch Perry Stadium. Bob Urban going back to where it all started. Let's go, you and me.
It's always one of the great stories that Urban would tell when he was coaching at Notre Dame, and he's the wide receivers coach up there. I think Bob Davies the head coach at this point. And he calls Earl Bruce. He's like, hey, they're offering me the Bowling Green job.
No, he called Lou Holtz.
Lou Holtz, yes, Lou Holtz. And he's like, hey, should I take this job? And he's like, well, of course you should. And he's like, well, I don't think it's a very good job, coach. And, I don't know if you can win there. And I just don't think it's a great spot. He goes, well, of course it's not. That's why they're calling you.
I was waiting for the Lou Holtz to come out. I'm so glad he did
I had to transition there real quick. But it's really a great story, and it's the truth. Like, hey, but Urban,
they called you.
That's why they're calling you. The wide receiver coach at Notre Dame. But It was. It's true. We went there, and he turned the fortunes of that program around, and they were very, very good for about a 3 to 4 year stretch.
Yeah, and they've been pretty good too. And so we'll see if Eddie George can rekindle the flame up there in Bowling Green.
Start the fire, Billy.
Yeah, start the fire, and they'll get Urban out there right out of the gates on August 28th. So that's got to be a pretty cool situation for him, going back to where it all began. Hey, the Buckeyes are winning on the field and in the classroom. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. We are watching a crash for drivers out in the Granville area. The right shoulder is blocked off on 161 westbound, just past 37. Expect to be slow moving as you pass Granville. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card from BMI Federal Credit Union. Apply today at bmifcu.org/visa.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch chicken sandwich. And to be honest, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. It's packed with bold Cajun flavors and topped with crispy onions for a satisfying crunch. All on Wendy's iconic spicy chicken sandwich. It's honestly kind of my dream sandwich. I hope it likes me back. For a sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay minus 108 than minus 110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy this year. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Barry Zeta and Dr. Joseph Senta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. Dr. Zeta and Dr. Senta can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-324-VEIN. That's 614-324-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Patasko locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, three-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining Life Search to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to LifeSearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. Life Search featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit LifeSearch.com today.
Evan Cohen here. La Quinta by Wyndham is deeply grateful for all our military members, veterans, and their families. They understand the dedication, sacrifice, and hard work that comes with serving our country. As a thank you, La Quinta offers 12% off standard rates, upgraded Wyndham Rewards, Gold Status membership, and preferred parking. They want to make sure your stay is as comfortable and rewarding as possible, and they're proud to serve those who serve. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Visit LQ.com to learn more about these special military perks and discounts. Restrictions apply.
The best mornings
In the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, I'm Mark the Shark. The Guardians were shut out in 8 of their 9 at-bats yesterday in Washington, but in the 6th inning, Cleveland sent 13 batters to the plate. 8 of them scored on 6 hits, 3 walks, a hit batter, and a wild pitch. The Guards held on to beat the Nationals 8-6. TJ Friedel hit a pair of home runs as the Reds snapped a 4-game losing streak with a 4-3 win over the Braves in Atlanta. Friedel, who had just 1 home run coming into the game, led off the first with a homer and then added another solo shot in the third. In the NBA playoffs, the Celtics blew a 20-point lead and lost to the Knicks 91-90 in Boston. New York leads 2-0. Out west, the Thunder scored an NBA playoff record 87 points in the first half and went on to clobber Denver 149-106. That series is tied at 1. The Sports Center is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Hour 2 for us here on a Thursday. Coming up 1 hour away from right now, our great friend Albert Breer of the MMQB. He's going to join us. We'll talk all things happening around the NFL with him.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
All right, Reds won last night, but Hunter Green, growing injury. That's not good. See what happens, what the prognosis is. But he is the ace of all aces. Outdueling Paul Skeens right now in his own division. So if he's down for a while, the Reds are going to be in big trouble. But they're back at it tonight in Atlanta. Series finale against the Braves. Gardos win 2 out of 3 against the Nats. Would you say they scored in their last 3 games, Shark? 20-some-odd runs?
26.
No big deal. Score 3 one series, score 26 the next.
9-9-8.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Home series against the Phillies tomorrow. Seems like a good weekend to go up there, Shark. You planning on going up to Cleveland?
No, I got a lot of things going on this weekend, Beam.
What do you got going on?
Planning for retirement?
Got watching my grandchildren, Mark's kids, on Friday night.
Are you going over there?
See Metallica.
Oh.
And then I'm
nice.
going to, I'll go over there. And then Saturday, I got to go up and see Mom, take her out for Mother's Day. And then Sunday is Mother's Day. And so I'll be taking my wife and daughter out on Sunday after church.
Seems like a pretty good weekend.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going? Don't get so excited.
I have to think about it. We are going to a place called Pies and Pints.
Oh, yeah.
In Worthington. I asked Jan what she wanted to do for Mother's Day. Her favorite thing in the world is pizza. That's a woman that could probably eat pizza every day.
I thought she was a Chick-fil-A gal.
She loves Chick-fil-A, too. Yeah, don't get me wrong there. And she loves it about 17 times as much as I do. So I don't go there nearly as often. In fact, when she goes there, I go somewhere else.
That makes sense. I understand that. Yeah, tomorrow we're playing golf. Bob and I are playing golf tomorrow down in Cincinnati. Very excited for that.
Good weather?
Yeah, it's supposed to be great weather. It's supposed to be like mid-60s tomorrow, which should be a little chilly, but yeah, that'll be fine. Excited about that. Give it a couple of days to dry out. Hopefully the golf carts will be scattered. By that point, we're not playing cart path only, but it's a big outing. I would assume that it's going to be scattered on the golf course. And then, so I'll make a pit stop tomorrow before I go down there. I'll drop Willie and Theo off with my mom. And then after the golf course, we'll spend the weekend in Dayton. Saturday, my mom and my family have a big cookout for Mother's Day on Saturday. Then on Sunday, Meredith's brother is hosting a little Mother's Day brunch, and then we'll get back here mid-afternoon on Sunday.
That sounds great.
That's what we got going on.
That sounds like a really nice time, Beam. I have got to figure out our plans. After the golf, I know I'm going to dinner Saturday night with my wife because it was her birthday on Tuesday. So, and one of her friends shares the same birthday, so we always usually go all out together. Outside of that, I'm not sure. I don't think I'll get back from golf with Burrow until at least, 8 o'clock. It's probably the best, just depending on how things go, pace of play and timing and all that stuff. 7:30 possibly, but we'll see what traffic is like out of Cincinnati and everything else.
Always bad.
Yeah, and just usually when you're leaving. Beam, you like to work and talk a little bit, build those connections.
Yeah.
When you're out there, Shark, connections are going to be the theme of the next 2 days because we're going to want to make sure that Beam is very connected heading into his opportunity to build his own show as he sees fit.
I don't want to be smothered by
without the constraints of you and I to hold him back, his creative genius.
I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly.
Absolutely. So we're going to let him do that. So we're going to help build some of those connections, maybe get you a picture with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Be great. Maybe ask him to come on the Buckeye show with me.
I mean, listen, it would be a great opportunity.
For them.
And maybe one for them to come on there and for you to just take that show to another level and one day follow in the footsteps of the great Timmy Hall.
Of course, man. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to play golf, though. I was excited to play.
This is my first time playing this year.
All right.
So I'm curious how that's going to go.
Either left or right. I'm not sure which way, but we'll
figure that out. Maybe a little of both.
Came here to ride Giants, Kunu.
100%. There's no laying up.
No way. I was watching some of the Knicks Celtics game from last night. First of all, I was watching the Panthers and Maple Leafs game, and Meredith goes, "Who are you rooting for in this game?"
Can't be the Leafs.
I said, "I can't. They're my least liked professional sports
It's almost like rooting for Michigan.
I'm like I can't root for them." But then I'm watching Seth Jones skate around. I'm like, I also don't know if I can root for Seth Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, Jonesy was here. Like he did a good job when he was here, and
he did.
The Panthers, they're a likable.
He traded for Brad Marchand though too. I'm like, I don't like him either.
I know. I really dislike Marchand, but I
have Bob. I like Bob.
I love seeing the Canadian national team just get sad. I mean, that's what they are. I mean, they're like the Yankees of Canadian sports, and for them to just be bad is awesome.
They had to have 100,000 people outside of their arena.
That's my point. Is to watch all them cry. Crazy. It makes me feel really good.
And then I locked in on the Knicks game last night.
Which, by the way, Shark, do you feel better or worse now that you've watched that happen to Boston?
Oh, better.
I thought that at first, and then I was thinking, you know what? They're going to be obviously tested, but if the Cavs don't pull this out and the Celtics lose to the Knicks, then you're going to be really...
but then you get a Pacers-Knicks series.
I'm talking about this, but that's because everyone said, can the Cavs get through the Celtics? Well, if the Knicks take them out and you're not there to take out the Knicks, that feels really, really rough.
Because you've been worrying about the Celtics for the entire year.
100%. And that's why I was curious, like, misery loves company, but then also you're looking at a prospective opportunity that may be flushed down the toilet.
Bold take here, Bob.
Cavs in 6.
Celtics will still win the series.
Well, they are still the favorite.
Are they still a favorite?
Yeah, I think they're minus like 116 or 106 this morning.
I mean, they've blown a pair of 20-point leads.
Well, you blew a 7-point lead for last minute.
No, the Cavs blew a 20-point lead too, but it's unbelievable.
A 7-point lead with a minute left. That's what's the most
47
impressive.
seconds.
Even
Bob.
Better. But the Celtics are 25 for 100 from 3.
Yeah, and they shoot a lot of them.
They shoot a lot, and here's the thing. There's reversion to the mean, so they're eventually going to start making them. Just the question will be is, usually you play better at home than on the road, especially your role players. So, I mean, they've got to take both of these.
I mean, I'm just telling you what, man, Madison Square Garden is going to be a viper's pit when they walk in there. They are ready to
Do you
explode.
think they'll let Charles Oakley back in to hype the crowd?
I think they should. You know, we have the match igniter for the crew. I don't know if the Knicks have one of those guys, but I think they should let him back in the building.
Like the Vikings blow the horn, get them going. The New York Knickerbockers. What's a Knickerbocker, Shark?
Knickerbocker.
It's a pant, isn't it?
It's pants, yeah, like the old golfers used to wear, hiked up right under your...
Stewart, those are knickerbockers.
Those are knickers. I didn't know the full bocker was underneath.
Yeah, it's just an elongated version of it. We went out to dinner.
She said.
We went out to dinner last night, and I haven't been down to the Italian Village in a long time, so went to Seven Sun down there. Love that place. They make fantastic beer. And then we went to dinner, and we were walking by it, and right on 4th, right down in the Italian Village by Seven Sun, I was unaware that this place existed. Did you know there's a gym strictly for shaping your butt? Did you know this?
What's it called?
It's called the Peach House.
I like that.
It's just this giant emoji peach.
I love peaches.
That is on the front of the store, the gym window. And I'm like, what is that? I asked Meredith, I'm like, what is that? She goes, I think that's a gym in which you just shape your behind. I'm like, that sounds great.
Listen,
that sounds like, for me, when I have the day open, I might just walk in there and start shaping my behind.
You'd rather have a tight end than a loose end.
Right.
Nobody wants that.
You might run into Kim Kardashian there.
What's it called? The Peach House?
Peach House. H-A-U-S.
So
Peach
one
House.
of my buddies, he runs a construction company. And so you get some dudes in the trades that may have been incarcerated before. And one of the guys was telling some stories one time, and I was able to listen to him. And he said I was kind of hanging out on the site with him, and he was talking about how one of his guys in prison, they called him Peaches. They put the Kool-Aid on his face to help as the makeup, but the Peaches was his name, Shark. How's
Millions
that
of
sound?
peaches?
How does that sound for retirement?
Maybe he was from Georgia.
I don't know if that's. I think it was maybe because he was so sweet.
Is that why? I'm reading their the bio right now. It's at our classes. When you're a booty gym, you have to have a sense of humor. But, B-U-T-T, in all seriousness, our classes are meant to demystify scary gym equipment, provide a fun environment in either a group or one-on-one setting. We will tone, shape, and add muscle in all the right places. I think that's the place for me. I've been looking for a gym for a while. I feel like that's right up my alley.
It's great. I think that's tremendous.
I was mystified that was even a place. My mind was blown. I couldn't understand the concept.
Coach, I mean, your glutes, your posterior chain is the largest muscle group in your body. I mean, the glutes, the thickness there. I mean, there's a lot of opportunity, to be able to
avenues for growth.
Absolutely. I mean, that was one of my big things like growing up. I mean, listen, the glutes are the key to speed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
explosion.
You want to train those bad boys.
Make sure you fire those glutes.
That's why I told someone's like, so he's like, why do you still do the heavy lunges? I'm like, because nobody wants a saggy ass, dude. Like when I was watching Brett Favre late in his career, and you could see his jockstrap line.
Pants are falling down.
His jockstrap line through his pants, and he had a seam in his butt because it was so soft at that point. I'm like, come on, Brett.
Like Hank Hill when he needs the butt implant.
Yeah,
the King of the
like,
Hill.
dude, you can't be doing that. Like, you're a professional athlete.
Have some pride in yourself.
Have some pride. Hit some lunges. Let's go.
Get those suckers activated.
Go to the Peach Club.
Go to the Peach House. The White House is getting involved with college athletics. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are still watching a crash out in the Granville area, 161 westbound, just past 37. We do have the right shoulder blocked off. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It change is more exciting. I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Dave Concepcion, the great Red shortstop, had his number 13 retired in 2007 by the Reds, and his teammates were on hand to celebrate. And while they recalled his many highlights on the field, they couldn't help but tease Concepcion about one memorable event that happened on this date, May 8th, 1976 in Chicago. Concepcion, in a hitting slump, said he was going to warm up his swing and crawled into one of the big dryers in the clubhouse. Somehow, the dryer started and Davey tumbled around a few times. To hear the players tell it, they had tears in their eyes from laughing about the day Dave Concepcion took a wild ride in a Wrigley Field dryer. This May 8, 1976, this date in Reds baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores so you can save even more. Whether you're shopping in-store or online at Kroger, we've lowered prices on thousands of the items your family wants and needs. And with lower prices, your dollar goes further every time you shop with us. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Right now, you can save big on 2-pound packages of fresh strawberries. They're delicious and just $3.47 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
All your favorite and least favorite fan shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just type in 971 The Fan to the search bar and hit that subscribe button. It's free.
We're the land of the free and the home of the sunburnt, freckled fat guy.
Do it now.
Most Ohioans believe every student, regardless of zip code, income, or background, deserves a great public education. And it's Ohio's dedicated public school educators who make that possible. This Teacher Appreciation Week, join the Ohio Education Association in saying thank you. Tell us about a teacher making a big impact and they could win a vacation package from NEA member benefits or other great prizes, including pizza for their students. Go to ohea.org to nominate a teacher, because public education matters.
Hey there, I'm Brad. I'm about to win the Tuesday Night Bowling League Championship. I'm also a highway worker for the Ohio Department of Transportation. When you move over and slow down, you're not only giving me room to work, you're making sure I can bowl the winning strike with my buddies.
Roadside workers have lives and families, but when they're on the job, they put it all on the line to protect and serve us. Remember, they're not just roadside workers. Thank you for moving over and slowing down.
Brought to you by ODOT, USDOT, NHTSA, and ODPS.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Quiet weather this morning. We'll turn to the chance for scattered showers throughout the rest of the day. It's not going to be an all-day rain, so don't expect to need to cancel plans. Just be ready for a stray shower or two. Temperatures in the 60s this afternoon. We'll see partly cloudy skies tonight, dry and sunny tomorrow in the 60s, sunny and 70s for your Mother's Day weekend. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Hey, attention Ohio sports fans. You're ready to turn your passion into serious action? Well, Prime Sports Ohio is bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. Here's the deal. You deposit up to $400. That's right, $400 US. And Prime Sportsbook's going to match your deposit 100%. That's up to $400 in bonus bet. But wait, here's the best part. You can then use your bets anytime. They're going to be valid for an entire year. One whole year, your bonus bets are valid. So if you're thinking about getting a futures in on maybe a Super Bowl, you can still lock it in. It's going to be valid for an entire year.
Just place wagers equal to your deposit and bonus amount before withdrawing. Don't miss out. This offer is for first-time deposits only. Can expire beam at any time. So hurry and download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit primesportsbook.com to get started betting reduced juice. It literally costs less to bet with Prime Sports Ohio. Want to bet? Download Prime Sports Ohio today. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and older in Present Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please play responsibly.
You know, we hadn't had a chance much to talk to the fans of this program, which made it successful. And we got a chance to do that yesterday at 7:30 and 8:30. We opened the phone lines. We figured we're going to give Shark that opportunity again today. So coming up here in a little bit, we'll open up the phone lines. We get a chance to talk to you. Call in. You can talk about whatever you want. If you want to talk Buckeyes, we can do that. Had a caller yesterday ask about the Colts' future. So that was good. You can talk about whatever you want. So 7:30 and 8:30, we're going to be doing that. We'll be opening up the phone lines here momentarily. Did you see the White House is getting involved in the NIL deals, Bob?
Is that the house that Michael Irvin and the Cowboys used to hang out in back in the 90s?
Yeah, I think that.
Shark knows what I'm talking about.
White. I thought those were bathrooms.
Well, the White House there, I mean, I think it was due to the mountains of cocaine beam that were there outside of. I actually got the chance to see that when I was down in Dallas. They drove me by. It was like 2 blocks from the facility because the facility was like in a subdivision. And so, like, a couple of streets over, they're like,
I thought you were talking about the actual substance. I'm like, what did that look like?
No, well,
looked like a scene out of Scarface.
That's a whole nother conversation.
It's on videotape.
Really?
Yeah, somebody taped that.
The coach from Miami, when he was sent into that hooker down in.
Awesome. There were hookers in that room as well.
I think it's on YouTube.
It was a room. It was a whole house, Shark. Why just limit it to one?
I only saw
the dirty
like a room with a table.
The 90s Dallas Cowboys team.
Someone
in parentheses,
videotaped that?
the White House.
That got out? I'm going to have to look for this now.
You think I can find it on YouTube, or do I have to go to some
dark
deeper,
web.
Darker parts of the internet to find that?
Yeah. The stuff that Shark watches.
Not that White House. A different White House is getting involved. I was reading this from Ross Dellinger of Yahoo. Said for years now, college sports leaders journeyed to the nation's capital by the dozens to lobby for congressional help. Soon the White House may step in. President Donald Trump is making plans to create a presidential commission on college athletics, the first step in what could be a months-long endeavor for solutions to the issues ailing the ecosystem. Multiple sources, both in Congress and within college sports, spoke to Yahoo under condition of anonymity, as they were not authorized to speak about the president's plan. Many college sports stakeholders have been briefed on the matter. It is unclear when an announcement could come, but the commission will be led by former Alabama coach Nick Saban and Texas billionaire businessman Cody Campbell. Sounds like a wrestling guy.
I love Cody Campbell. Well, he is from Texas. He is the oil tycoon. He's the driver, I guess, behind the Texas NIL stuff.
Okay.
He's the one that's sold his oil company for like $4.5 billion and told him, like, whatever players you need. Just
only $4.5 billion?
Yeah, exactly.
What's that?
Paltry sum. But he cares a lot about Texas Tech football. And so they call him, and or not call him, they call his people, and his people just send the wires, send the dollars. Like, no questions asked is what I've been told.
I mean, that seems like a pretty good situation that they've got down there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, literally, you send us an invoice for what you need, and they just send you the money.
Like the magic credit card.
It really is. It's amazing.
Hey, we need $8 million for this player. I got you. Don't even ask. It's already in the account.
Who do you need? What do we need? Let's go get this guy.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be sweet.
I would, if I had that lifestyle, BMF.
You could still have that lifestyle, man.
I guess it's true.
That's my goal, is to get that. I mean, at some point in life, just take, 2 weeks. And I don't know if I could do it for more than 2 weeks, but just
go to the White House.
Live without inhibition, Shark. Just think about that. You know,
yeah, but where do you do that at?
Isn't there a movie called Yes Man?
Yeah, there is. It's with Jim Carrey.
Right?
Where
you just say yes to everything.
That sounds awful.
Does it really, or does it sound awesome?
No, it sounds terrible. Not for me, not at my age.
I mean, forget about
I'm in bed
Billy.
at 9:30.
Yeah, but that's only because you have to wake up early. Now on this new schedule, Beam,
that's true.
Where the center of your day is going to be in the evening.
Did I tell you what Mike said to me? He goes, well, here's the good news about you going to the evening show. Now we have time in the nights to play video games. I'm like, Michael, you're a lawyer, dude. You have a job. You need to get up at 7 o'clock and be a functional member of society.
No, he doesn't need that.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't worry. Listen, Beam, it's about playing that samurai game that he was talking so much about on Steam.
Ghost of Tsushima. Let's hop in there.
Ghost of Sashimi.
More time for Helldivers.
That's right. I think I actually got the name right yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
Kenny texted me and he was like, hey, how's everything going? Is your computer good? I'm like, yeah, RJ's been hitting up the Steam machine and playing a lot of Helldivers too. And I was thinking, was it Devil Dog? What was
Devil Dogs.
I knew there's something involved with that. I knew it's the second edition of it.
Get over here, you devil log.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, more time for video games. I told you, We got to get you guys build some PCs so you can do that high-speed gaming.
Then I'll just become a full-time Twitch streamer.
That'll be great.
614-821-9710. We'll unblock the phone lines for you now. We'll take calls coming up here in our next segment. I did have a thought during COVID, like the thralls of COVID, because I was pretty decent. I played a lot of video games. Again, didn't have a whole lot going on. Didn't have a dog.
It was pre-Billy.
It was pre-Theo.
Yeah,
I literally had no responsibilities at all. And there was a thought in my mind to then, because we have a Cape Cod house, but we have an extension on the back of the house where the bedroom is at. And so the thought was in the upstairs room that was the former bedroom before the extension got put on was to build a Twitch studio in that room.
And just become Mr. Beast.
Yeah. And just hang out there on the Twitch.
Mike could be one of your little compadres, and I love that. I wouldn't say necessarily a friend, more of a friend through my wife who played professional sports. And when he got done, and this happens to a lot of guys, and he had kids and a wife, and he got done, and now he's doing good, but he was in a rough spot. And they said he would walk down in the basement every day after he got done playing and was like trying to figure out what to do. And would grab a handle of Jack and just walk in the basement and just, I don't know what time he would wake up and what time he would go to bed, but they said he would just play video games and drink all day long.
I mean, that sounds awesome.
It does.
Not if your life is spiraling out of control, but on the surface, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing what you want to do every day, getting drunk and playing video games.
I guess.
I mean, at some point there needs to maybe be a greater meeting, and when you have dependents being on you, like a wife and children, maybe you should be a little more responsible. And he was able to get out of that, but it's like, what do I do? Well, this is kind of what I always wanted to do. It was like Kurt Cobain. He wanted to make enough money as a singer just to be able to do drugs.
Yeah, to be a junkie.
To be a junkie
multiple times.
And most guys well, if I can just make enough money playing sports, I can play video games and use substances all day. That sounds great. Problem is, you have a family that you've got to take care of.
So I can't do
the
that.
Family's holding you back. Nah, I think Meredith can raise Billy just fine.
That's fine.
Where's your dad? He's been in the basement for the last 3 days.
He's locked himself in there streaming. He's playing video games.
Kind of be like Howard Hughes.
Yeah, a little bit. Wave of the future.
Yeah, he'd be in there peeing in those jars. Wave of the future. Just get you a nice 80-inch screen beam.
Why stop at 80?
Build you a supercomputer like RJ.
I don't know if an 80-inch screen would fit in my house.
It's be a whole wall. It'll be great. Bring it through the window. It'll be awesome.
614-821-9710. Phone lines are open. You can call in. Talk to Shark. If you want, say something nice, say something mean, talk about whatever is on your mind, you can call in right now. Yeah, I think the streaming future may be, well, you're going to be full-time streamers.
My kids want to be YouTubers. They were talking about something, setting up. Cullen claimed one of his friends had 2,500 followers on his YouTube show. Buddy, get out of here. He's 10, 11, whatever you are, 11 years old.
Coaster Bob and his YouTube channel has multiple millions of views on videos.
He's also rides around and does unique stuff. He's not 11 years old and he has access to things. That's his life. Outside of here, he's going to coasters. That's the reason he's called Coaster Bob.
I mean, what a great nickname.
Really is. I didn't even know that until you told me.
Yeah, he's a gem, man. That guy is the voice of every commercial that you get to hear here on this radio station. That is not us doing the show, but every other random voice you hear is pretty much him. And during his free time, what he does, and he's worked here for 40 years, so he has 60 days of PTO plus holidays a year, and all he does is travel around and go to theme parks. I'm like, that sounds like a dream, man. That guy's living his dream.
100%. And he gets to do it while he's still working, which is tremendous.
That's great.
I mean, Shark, you could be living your dream while you're still working.
He's over there fielding calls.
He is, talking to everybody.
Yeah, talking to the people.
I'm excited.
Since he's over there fielding calls, we'll take some of those calls coming up in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are watching a crash on 161 westbound out in Granville. We've got the right shoulder blocked off. Also slow moving traffic on the east side, I-70 westbound. We've got the right lane blocked off just beyond 256. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Why would we trade our best player?
Well, at least you got to watch him in person when he was here.
I named my only son after him.
So you'll always remember his name.
Yeah, but what do I do with this jersey?
Luckily, the company has a great return policy.
I wore it for 6 seasons.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
I told you this morning at like 5:30. Like by 7 o'clock, 7:30, my voice will sound much better. I feel like we've made it. First couple of segments, tough, right out of the gates.
Yeah.
Broken through the wall.
They call that the Jim Morrison beam. Break on through to the other side, which Shark loves breaking on through.
Yeah, he does. He loves it.
What's on the other side, Shark? My dad always wanted to know. That was always his great mystery.
I think heaven or hell, Bob. Heaven or hell. I'm not sure what it was.
Is there a purgatory in there somewhere?
Yeah, I think there's a purgatory and a paradise.
Break on through to the other side.
Paradise Lost?
Oh, that is not a paradise.
No,
that's a terrible book.
Well, no, I think it's a pretty good book.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but it's a terrible place.
Yes, like it's. I think I read the book and watched the movie, and it's called Paradise Lost, Beam. So
That's true. It's not Paradise Found.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be an entirely different story.
Who wrote that, by the way?
Who wrote Paradise Lost?
Yeah,
John Milton.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, Milton's got some good stuff out there.
We're going to head out to the phones. We'll also do it next hour. Head out to Colleen from North Carolina. Hey, good morning, Colleen. Thanks for calling in.
Good morning, guys. Just wanted to thank you so much. I retired. You got me through COVID, my last couple years of work, and now in retirement, you're the best part of our day. We listen to you all the time. And I grew up in Clintonville. My husband grew up in Upper Arlington, so you're our connection to home. And you guys are the best. You're knowledgeable, you're respectful, and you're just kind. And we love all three of you, and we wish you all the best.
Well, thank you very much, Colleen. It's fantastic for you to call in. Yeah, I mean, we've got you covered on the UA, Clintonville whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm a Clintonville guy. You're a UA guy. Shark's living up there in Powell.
Beam thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. Or
I still don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in charge of writing those.
Yeah.
I mean, I have submitted multiple over the years, but nobody seems to care or listens to me. So those never got through the hopper and put into production.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was awesome. What's amazing is the amount of people that we've had that have called in from out of the listening zone.
Yeah.
Meaning even outside of Central Ohio. We've had someone calling from Cleveland. Had some calls come in. I mean,
some guy in the YouTube chat this morning said that he listens every morning from Mexico.
Mark from Mexico.
What about Ron, Mexico?
That's a whole nother Mexico entirely. And then Colleen from Carolina. It's like Caroline from Carolina, Colleen from Carolina, and happy to get her through. Like we got her through retirement, Shark. We're getting you to retirement. So
you got me through COVID.
Tried, our very best.
You got us through COVID.
Yeah,
actually. Head back out to the phones. We'll go to Quinn from Columbus. Hey, good morning, Quinn. Thanks for calling.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great, thank you.
I'd like to shout out Mikey Maselli, who's probably watching the show, and thank you for having a great show for all the years I've been listening. And I have one question. What do you think your ceiling and floor is for Shador?
Okay, ceiling floor for Shador. That also rhymes. Thanks, Quinn, for calling in here this morning.
Ceiling, I think, is pretty high.
I agree with that. And I think floor is pretty low.
Yes, that's the thing. I mean, I don't think he'll be... I think he could probably be a backup play-wise, but I don't know if personality-wise and persona-wise if that'll match up. But I think there's a chance that he could be a starter. Like, watching his film, I don't think there's a significant difference between him and Cam Ward. I don't love any of the quarterbacks in this draft like I liked him necessarily last year, but I think that there's a chance that he could be the starter this year.
I do too. I think that he could get there. I mean, you look at a room full of 5 quarterbacks. I think that there's an opportunity for him in Cleveland. Obviously, there would be, or else they wouldn't have drafted him.
Well, absolutely. I mean, so it's going to be an open competition between him and Oregon man. Why can't I think?
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel, Peter Gabriel's son. So yeah, they'll battle it out. But I mean, with Kenny Pickett, Flacco, we'll see. I mean, they could be drafting a quarterback first in the top 5 next year, or maybe they find their guy this year.
I'll be 100% honest with you, though. I have no clue who's starting game number 1.
100%.
I have no idea about that.
I think the odds are all over the place.
Sharky, what do you feel like? I mean, you're the Browns fan. Hang on, Paul and Wilbur. We'll get to you guys here in just a second. But what are you thinking for Shedeur?
I think that Flacco is going to be the starter in game 1. But if you look at Kenny Pickett, who's still only 25, 26 years old,
little hands.
He's got little hands, and he's playing in the North. But he had a better college career than Shedeur or Dylan.
Of course.
The dude was a Heisman finalist.
Got a fake slide.
Yeah, he did, and then they outlawed it.
So you have to think that Dylan, in the pecking order, Dylan's got to be ahead of Shedeur. He went in the 3rd round, ahead of the 5th round. I don't know if Shedeur is the odd man out or if Flacco's the odd man out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're just going to play those guys to death in the preseason and try to get one of them on the trading block.
Yeah, I mean, they could do that. That's something they could do. But I have a hard time imagining you're going to carry 4 quarterbacks into a season.
Exactly.
Both said he thought they would early, and maybe he's right.
But then when the savior comes back, Deshaun, in week whatever.
That's right.
Then you got 5.
Week 18.
Then you get the Fab 5.
Yeah, then you're going to be good to go. Then you feel really good about the situation. We'll head out to the lines. We'll go back to Paul from Grove City. Hey, good morning, Paul. Thanks for the time.
Hey, good morning, guys. Really enjoy the show, but I'm a huge Bobby fan. To me, Bobby's the man, and I don't quite understand the sports talk show when you get an ex-pro athlete and he's leaving. That, to me, is kind of silly. But anyway, my tie to Bobby kind of goes back to when I was a kid and hearing Jack Buck, Rob Carpenter, the ball carrier, watching the New York Football Giants. And hard nosed, I've been a Lions fan, Detroit Lions fan since 1980. So when Bobby went to the Lions, it was pretty cool. But, man, I'm going to miss him. And that YouTube digital crap, I don't know about it, but this was so easy just to turn the radio on and drive to work. And I'm going to miss you guys.
Well, thank you. We really appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words there. And
thanks, Paul.
Going back to my dad, you still get some folks out there that love what he did. I mean, my dad was the guy, and the Jack Buck is iconic, and he got the chance to play with some unbelievable commentators on their calls. So very, very fortunate there. And so thank you for those very, very kind words.
I always like those videos that you retweet as the big blue VCR.
Yeah.
That's got your dad featured in some of them. And then on the off chance, because sometimes I'll watch a lot of them when you repost them, so then they just come across my Twitter feed and my algorithm. And then on a very rare occasion, I'll see Jake Ballard plays on there.
Yes, exactly. They've got some of his on there.
Yeah, they do. That's fantastic. Thanks for the Paul call. Always appreciate it. One more in this segment. We'll head out. We'll go to Wilbur from Warren. Hey, good morning, Wilbur. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, guys. I love you. Hey, I stumbled upon you about 5 years ago. My company that I worked for closed their warehouse that I was working at. I drove from Warren to Solon for 25 years. You guys, I woke up with you guys every day, okay? Shark and I, we're lockstep. He was born July 11th, 1960. I was born July 10th, 1960. We're two brothers from another mother. We love Cleveland sports fans. I hate Rob Manfred. He hates Rob Manfred. And we hate the Ghost Runner. Love Shark. Got to meet you guys. Bobby Carpenter, a.k.a. B-Carp. I tell you what, I have a party every year at my house, Buckeyes versus that team up north. We call them Ann Arbor Astros up here in Warren, Ohio. Or the Cheetahgans. We had 3 big roars. One, when you came back from your broken ankle to lead your teammates on. Dude, Bobby Carpenter, you have the heart of a lion. I got to tell you that. Love your stories. Love the way you're raising your family. Gives an old guy like me hope, okay? Just love it, love it, love it. The second time the biggest call was that guy. Was at Marcus Hall that gave the double bird to the guys up in Michigan, right? Love that. And the third biggest roar was Curtis Amble. He won the butt bowl, right? 30 to 27 at the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Number 3, Beams, what can I say about you? You're the consummate professional. You got a lot of talent, kid. I have kids your age, okay? Hell, I got 4 kids, 3 boys. My baby girl's 29. She's a Buckeye. Keep the head down. Don't get discouraged. I once was in you guys' shoes. You guys talked about Ponderosa steakhouses. I ran the steakhouses in Northeast Ohio for several years. Nice. And what happened to you is happening to me. I could talk about the buffet all the time. I got to get you to one of my parties and drink the Crown because the Crown's flowing. Get you out on 2 quick trivia notes here. Now, Shark and Bob, you'll know this. I'm going to direct this to you, Beam. I'm from Champion, Ohio, okay? One of the greatest linebackers of all time from Ohio State played at Champion, number 53. Who was he, Beam?
I don't know. You threw that at me way too fast. I'm even looking at Shark, Wilbur, and he's going cross-eyed over there.
Well, I tell you, I'm full throttle, buddy. Number 53, all-time linebacker, played for Woody Hayes. Who was that, Carp?
Oh, goodness. Is that the Hellwagon, is it? Or not Hellwagon. Stillwagon? No.
Randy Gradishar.
Gradishar, gosh.
Randy Gradishar.
Yes.
And the second guy played ball against this guy. He was tough as nails. Little undersized. He was tough as nails. Another Trumbull County boy. He is the all-time leading tackler in Ohio State.
That's Marcus Merrick.
Marcus Merrick, number 36. You got it. I'm going to miss you guys. I love you guys. I woke up to you guys. I tell you what, this is going to change my paradigm, okay? I'm a 64-year-old guy, one day older than Shark, in lockstep. And I also, like you, Carp, I take the buggies in wherever I go. That's one of my things I've been doing. I've been paying it forward for years. I hate people leaving their shopping carts in the parking lot, okay? I hate that. I'm going to leave you with this, OHIO.
There we go.
That's amazing. Wilbur, you're the best. That was electrifying. Thanks for calling in. Love that. Just boost it up.
I love it. There we go.
Buckeye battle cry. I love it. Thank you, Wilbur, for calling in. That was fantastic.
Can you get one more real quick?
We don't have one more.
Oh, okay.
They're blocked.
Oh, Shark blocked them up.
Yeah, Sharky blocked the calls. That was fantastic for
Wilbur.
That was.
Wilbur, I should have known Gradishar 53. I was trying to rack my brain. A lot of them have worn 36. And the all-time leading tackler, every linebacker at Ohio State should know it's Marcus Merrick. So that was an easy one. The Gradishar one, I could not remember the 53 for the life of me, and that's what killed me.
You know what's fascinating about dialects in Ohio is he calls them buggies, and we call them shopping carts.
Yeah. Did I send over the pop and soda thing to you yesterday?
No.
Oh, it's terrible.
The different dialects between pop and soda?
Well,
I'm a pop guy.
Yeah, most of the Midwest was, and it's shrinking. Like the South used to call it Coke. Midwest used to call it pop.
El Paso, Texas calls it Dr. Pepper.
And the East Coast was always soda, and now soda is kind of taking over where people call it, and I don't like that at all.
No, we need to get back to our roots, all right? Stop calling it soda. Keep calling it pop. Wilbur, thanks for calling. Thanks for everybody for calling in. We'll do it again coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to get Juice coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are still watching slow-moving traffic on the east side, I-70 westbound, the right lane blocked off in those westbound lanes just past 256. And out in Granville, we've got a crash on 161 westbound, the right shoulder blocked off in those westbound lanes just past 37. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
For over 78 years, our family's been part of your love stories. At Diamond Seller, we offer bigger diamonds, better prices, and timeless designs for every chapter of your life. From your first yes to your forever I do, trust the jeweler who knows diamonds best. Visit Diamond Seller today.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, NewmanRoofing.com.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. I know firsthand what it's like to battle through joint pain. After years of the hard hits and the wear and tear on the field, I thought pain, it was just going to be something I had to live with. Let me tell you, that's no longer the case thanks to QC Kinetics. For over 8 years, QC Kinetics has been leading the charge nationwide in non-surgical joint pain relief, helping over 50,000 patients get back to doing what they love, pain-free. Whether it's your knees, back, hips, shoulders, you pick it. If joint pain's been slowing you down, you need to hear about what Dr. Aaron Walkoff and his team in Columbus are doing. They're using cutting-edge regenerative medicine, natural biologic treatments with powerful healing properties to repair and restore damaged joint tissue. No surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. Just real results. The kind of treatment I wish I had access to during my playing days, and now you do. Imagine this summer playing around a golf, chasing the kids, and just enjoying a walk without the pain. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-2845-44. They now have offices in Grove City and Canal Winchester.
With rates lower than the national average, plus special rates on balance transfers, a BMI Federal Credit Union Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card would be the perfect card for your wallet. Visit bmifcu.org/Visa for more details and to apply today.
May I have your attention for some important programming news? Sorry. T-Bone and Tyvis are hosting mornings, weekdays at 6, starting May 12th. That means Common Man and Timmy will share bro love at 3. The Fan.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Brought to you by the Capital One Savor Card. With Savor, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Savor Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here, top of the 8 o'clock hour, Albert Breer. He's going to join the program, talk all things happening across the NFL with him.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Big shout outs for everyone trying to call in here this morning. Again, we'll reopen up the phone lines around 8:25-ish this morning. Take more of your calls around 8:30. Colleen, Quinn, Paul, and Wilbur. That was fantastic. I don't know if there's ever been, and we like to interact with our YouTube chat. I don't know if there's ever been more discourse on the YouTube chat than there is this morning, talking about Wilbur versus Schlegs in a match and how those two could just take down a gorilla by themselves.
Yeah.
I brought a lot of heat this morning.
Yeah, it was a lot of juice there, a lot of little trivia there too for you, which was tremendous. Two great Buckeye linebackers in Randy Gradishar and Marcus Merrick.
So we do have an update on this gentleman, Shark. Play the cut, and then I'll give you a Schlegs update.
I love Waffle House. I love it so much that I tried to make my own Waffle House last night. And I had a bunch of sausage and bacon, eggs, and I made waffles. And it was delightful. Were they as good as Waffle Houses? No. Why? I don't know. I need to go get their batter. Waffle House, start selling your batter. I will go buy it.
There you go.
They did sell it. Here's a Schlegs update. Again, he said he was going to effort to try and join us tomorrow morning at some point. We have given him free reign. He can come in whenever he wants. He can come in and do a segment with us. He can come in and do 3 hours with us. Here's what the text says. Goal is to be in at 6. Y'all tell me what you want me to do. It's y'all's final show. Said whenever you want. All right, so what are the odds that he's actually here by 6 a.m. tomorrow?
Ooh, that'll be interesting. Not sure if he's going to be in first. That's very interesting. I would say he is in Columbus. He does have a decent drive.
You know what? I'm going to say that he's in here at 6 o'clock.
Even money?
Yeah. No, I don't think it's even money. I think that it's you're getting money back on him showing up at 6, but I've got faith in him.
Okay.
I think that's a plus odd side of the board for him to show up on time.
I would say that's accurate. I think he will. He knows it's a big day, and it's a big day for him. Shark.
Yeah.
What's got you juiced?
Well, after one season as the Utah Hockey Club, we now have a nickname for the boys out in Salt Lake City. It is going to be the Utah Mammoth.
I'm glad that they got the plural form right.
Yeah, I guess.
It makes sense because it's the Utah Jazz, and so we always used to play the game growing up. How many pro sports teams are singular in their mascot? Which you have the Utah Jazz, you have the now the Mammoth, you have the Miami Heat.
Yep. Magic,
Red Sox,
Orlando
White
Magic.
Sox.
Yep.
Red Sox.
It should be the Phoenix Sun, but they pluralized it way back when.
Well, because there's many suns.
Anyway, this logo, if you haven't seen it, it features a woolly mammoth's head with long tusks and a mountain, a mane, actually. The mane on the woolly mammoth shaped like the mountains out there.
The Columbus Crew.
Pretty cool, Columbus
There you
Crew.
go.
Yeah. You learn something new every day here on Morning Juice. Earlier today, I'm sorry you weren't listening, at 6:05 when Bobby told us that Joseph Stalin was 5'4".
Crazy.
I said he was short. I didn't say how big.
And
he's a small guy.
there is no historical evidence out there, but everything that I was reading that he's either between 5'3" and 5'7", 5'7" at the highest.
Yeah, and that's short, especially when you see him in pictures. The dude looks like he's about 6'2", 250.
All
he's
muscle.
a big, burly man.
Yeah.
No, he was really, really vertically challenged. Last night, Knicks 91, Celtics 90, OKC 87 in the first half.
Yeah, that was a bloodbath.
Crazy. Most points ever scored in the first half of a playoff game. And then I just saw up here that black smoke's coming out of the Vatican today, so we still do not have a new pope.
Have you watched Conclave yet? Has anybody seen Conclave?
I have not.
Okay, you're going to want to watch it. It's pretty good. Ray
I was
Fiennes.
thinking about watching The Devil's Alley, which they previewed. It was one of the previews that they had
Like
for
a horror movie?
in Tropic Thunder. You remember at the beginning?
I didn't think we'd be getting an offshoot fake movie reference today on the show. What about Scorcher 6?
I watched Tropic Thunder with my kid. I was trying to remember all the.
You watched that with your kids?
Oh, RJ watched it, and I was like,
he's
hey.
about the appropriate age.
Yeah, but then Caleb sat down and watched it too, which I was like, hey, man, don't.
Satan's Alley.
Satan's Alley,
That's
or whatever.
what it is.
I was like, ignore some of this. This is very, very creepy. I think Tobey Maguire
and Robert Downey Jr.
It's so bad. I'm watching that. I'm like, oh. It was awful. It was so bad. Oh, goodness. It's got me juiced, man. Coming in here, getting to see you guys every day. We got one more of it. I'm going to enjoy that. We've got some great cuts we're going to play tomorrow. I've got a great juice for tomorrow as well. I haven't sent over to you, Shark.
About pop and soda?
It's not about pop and soda. That was just the graphics, so it's the theater of the mind, so we got to describe it. But what do we, I don't even know what I have over here about Trevor Muir. Let's listen to this, Shark.
We don't teach math because students will need to know how to factor polynomials their entire lives. We teach it because learning math helps develop the prefrontal cortex in a way nothing else does. This is the problem-solving area of the brain. It helps us make decisions, think critically, and find solutions. Learning math is about learning new ways to think. Math teachers, your work is much more than just factoring polynomials.
Solving problems. Beam, your wife doing the Lord's work out there.
That's why I don't have a prefrontal cortex.
Helping solve problems. I heard that. I was like, you know what? Experience. When am I going to use this? Well, I use it to help my son with his stuff.
Yeah, every day you'll use it.
But the problem-solving element of it. Just always embrace the challenge. And you know what, Beam, as we go through this, embracing other challenges that you're going to have and opportunities that are going to be out there.
I look more at it as an opportunity.
Absolutely, Beam. And we'll talk some more about those opportunities tomorrow. What's got you juiced, sir?
I'm a dude playing another dude. I might have to go back and watch that. It's probably a top 15er for me.
Oh yeah,
movie. It's way up there. Shark, have you ever seen that?
Have not.
Have you seen Tropic Thunder?
Sure.
Oh, I've seen Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. Not Satan's Alley.
No.
Oh, that's not a real movie.
It's a fictional movie.
Yeah. I did see that this morning as well, Shark, from the Vatican, that we do have black smoke, so we do not have a new pope. I was trying to watch some of the Champions League game yesterday between who was on yesterday? Arsenal and PSG, semifinals of the Champions League. So I was popping into that, and the first 10 minutes of the game were not on because we were doing pope coverage.
Yeah,
the pope not choosing a new pope usurped a soccer game. So then I had to change it to Univision to watch the game. Like, I can't believe we're doing pope updates for the Black Smoke. But if you guys haven't seen Conclave, do it. It's really good. So if you have a little free time here this weekend, probably not with Mother's Day going on, but that's a nice movie for the whole family. I think everybody would like that. So that's got me juiced here on a Thursday. My voice doesn't have me juiced. It feels pretty bad, but we're just come hell and high water. We're pushing through here today. I'll tell you what does have me juiced, though. Albert Breer of the MMQB. He's going to join us. We'll talk some NFL with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. 161 westbound is slow moving this morning, coming in from Granville due to a crash cruiser clearing up. Also slow moving traffic still on I-70 westbound. On the east side, we've got the right lane blocked off in those westbound lanes just past 256. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV. RCD RV's open house is May 3rd through the 10th, and they have over 650 RVs in stock. Visit RCD in Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, you're the Carfax guy.
The Carfox from Carfax.
Wow.
And you, sir, work at Tire Discounters.
I sure do.
The Carfax top-rated service center.
Oh, right. You know, a lot of that's because of our services. But people think we're just about tires.
Maybe it's your name.
Yeah.
Tire Discounters. And your jingle.
Oh, you like it?
I think it needs something.
Yeah? Like what?
Hit it. Plus brakes, oil changes, shocks, and struts, and more. Now that speaks to me.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Another reason to choose Hinderer Motor Company for your next vehicle. This is Justin Hinderer. Every vehicle comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty, award-winning service, and our exclusive Carvenience. We pick up your vehicle, service it, and return it so you save time and enjoy peace of mind. That's Carvenience. At Hinderer Motor Company, we take care of everything so you can drive worry-free. See why we're the best choice for your next new or used car by visiting HindererMotorCompany.com.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever life threw at him. But nothing prepared him for the fight against low T and ED. Shame practically hunched him over. Bonbon pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Columbus Men's Clinic said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Columbus Men's Clinic was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With low T and ED treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. Your consultation is only $99, including blood work, and you'll know your T level before you leave. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks. Trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN. Are you ready for the NFL season? The schedule release is coming, and we know the best place to get your tickets this year. My friends at Vivid Seats. They're seriously legit, and you earn rewards on every purchase. That's basically free football games. When that schedule hits, don't wait around. For the best selection and all the great deals, head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in your game days now.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the final buzzer sounds with ESPN Bet's early victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you back goes up 20 or more points at any point in the game, your bet will get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark Red. Starter Hunter Green struck out 6 batters in 3 innings at Atlanta, but then had to leave the game with a groin injury and a 4-0 lead. The bullpen had some rocky moments, but the back end held on for a 4-3 victory over the Braves. That snapped Cincinnati's 4-game losing streak. Before heading to Washington this week, the Guardians had scored just 27 runs in a span of 8 games. Then they scored 26 in 3 games against the Nationals. Yesterday, Cleveland scored 8 times in the 6th inning and went on to beat the Nats 8-6. The Guards have won 7 of their last 9. In the second round of the NBA playoffs, Boston led by 16 points with 8.5 minutes remaining, but the Knicks finished on a 23-6 run to stun the Celtics 91-90. New York leads 2-0. The Sports Center is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Take advantage of the BMI FCU Auto Refinance Summer Savings Event. Earn a $400 cash bonus when you bring in your auto loan.
If you can find a show that's closer to Buckeye football, it would be hosted by Ryan Day. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 3 for us here on a Thursday. Coming up momentarily, we'll be joined by Albert Breer of the MMQB. And then at 8:30 this morning, we'll field more of your calls.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
Reds 4, Braves 3. Hunter Green left with a groin injury. We'll see what the prognosis of that is. And if that is bad, and then that's going to be bad for the Reds. Hunter Green's one of the best aces in baseball right now, and it would be terrible to lose him for a good amount of time. But they're at the Braves tonight. Gardo's won 2 out of 3 against the Nats, leading 26 runs in their last 3 games at home against the Phillies on Friday. So they got a nice little off day today. The Cavs and the Pacers tomorrow after the Knicks came from behind and beat the Celtics in pretty dramatic fashion last night. So that series is now 2-0 in favor of the Knicks heading back to New York. And right now, we'll head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Gas Hotline, checking with our guy. He is of the MMQB. He is a Boston resident or thereabouts. He is Albert Breer. Albert, how's everybody taking the Knicks-Celtics series right now up in Boston?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say there's a whole lot of patience, even though they won a championship 11 months ago. That was an ugly way to lose 2 games in a row, and especially to a team from New York. It's not great. You know what I think bothers people more than anything else is the style of play. It's just the insistence on launching up threes and the bad possessions at the ends of games. And, ugly. They still have time to clean it up, but that time's running short.
Time running very, very short, similarly to the Cavs. And I asked Shark, hey, do you feel better or worse about it? He goes, I feel better than being down 0-2. I go, imagine if they lose and you lose, and now that's the opportunity for Cleveland that would have not had to get through Boston, and then you squandered that. So this NBA playoffs, I will give them this. It has been much less chalky, I think, than people were accustomed to or maybe anticipating. One big trade that usually doesn't happen, I guess, after this point, the George Pickens, the Cowboys. Dallas maybe doesn't get the receiver they want. DK Metcalf and George Pickens are similar. Like, Albert, the timing of this is just kind of unique and weird that usually something like this would happen on draft day and you would trade those picks in that present draft. The waiting of this and this happening now as opposed to at some point in like day 2 or after day 1, any insight into that?
Yeah, I would say, he was available during draft week. So that, and quite honestly, once they got past the draft, I thought, I'm with you. I thought the book was sort of closed on that, and they were going to go forward with him into his contract year. But there are a couple things that play into the Steelers' willingness to say goodbye. I think the first one is obvious, which is that he hasn't always been fully on board, and I'd always be careful about going and acquiring receivers that Mike Tomlin is okay with moving on from. And we've seen what's happened over the years with guys like Martavius Bryant and Juju Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool and obviously Antonio Brown.
You were burying the lead there, Albert. I was curious when we were going to get to AB.
Yeah. So it's just like, honestly, it's like I'd have some concern over that. Now, I don't think he's a horrible guy, but what I would say is, like, he has definitely some problems controlling his emotions. And there was frustration when he wasn't happy with the direction of the offense, with his role in the offense that boiled over. And, I think there was a feeling, it's like, okay, he's a little redundant with DK Metcalf because they're both ex-receivers. And he's playing for a contract. So if we have him here and he's catching the ball less than he was before because he's not the focal point of the passing game anymore, is that going to be a problem for us? I think all of those things, you sort of add them up. And, and it gets you to this point where you're willing to move on from him. And really, like, the idea here with the third-round pick comp, it's like what you would probably get in a comp pick if you let him go in a year anyway, maybe even a little more than you would get in a comp pick. So you sort of move that pick up a year by doing this now, and you move on, and maybe you go and acquire a receiver somewhere else if you're Pittsburgh. And then I think for Dallas, it's obvious, right? Like, it's just, like you give yourself something else outside of just CeeDee Lamb in the passing game, and you're trying to help Dak out here, and you didn't do it in the draft in the pass game. Now you got him an offensive lineman, which will help him in a different way, in Tyler Booker. But I think like a lot of this for Dallas is doing right by Dak, and we'll see. It's for Shoddy. It's something else on his plate now that he's got to manage in his first year. We'll see if they can do a good job with that. Especially again, like as he plays for life-changing money, which could throw a whole new dynamic into the ups and downs that we've seen out of him over his time in Pittsburgh.
Just from a Cowboys perspective, though, Albert, if there was going to be the thought that you trade George Pickens, you acquire him, you're going to get to redo a contract. How does that work with the Micah Parsons deal? Because I know that that's still out there for them as well.
Well, I think for right now, you want to get George Pickens in your building, and you want to see how he fits in, and you want to see how it looks next to CeeDee Lamb. And, I think, it's really easy for everybody to hold hands and sing Kumbaya when, it's May 15th. What happens when, he's got 3 catches in 2 weeks in October, and again, he's playing for a contract. He's playing for life-changing money. What does that look like? So I think, for the Cowboys, I'm not sure giving him a huge new contract is on the radar right now. I think they probably want to get him in the building, and maybe they'll feel different about that in a month, but they want to get him in the building right now. And they have the franchise tag to work with. And look, they've been in these situations before where they've paid people in season. They could certainly wait until September or October to see what it looks like in game action to pay them. Obviously, the Micah Parsons contract situation is a lot more urgent than that one, So, I think that the Parsons contract is going to be, a talking point when they get to OTAs in a couple of weeks and they get to minicamp and he's asked about it. And then, of course, when they get to training camp out in California.
The Abdul Carter jersey situation has been intriguing to me, Albert. Yeah. I mean, obviously 11 at Penn State. He asked the Sims family, and Phil said he's for it. His family voted against it. Lawrence Taylor maybe had the best response ever. We're like, no, and make your own legacy. Don't. Then kind of couch and put pressure on him. I mean, where do you see this stuff going? I mean, at some point, he's going to have to find something. But are you surprised that it was kind of handled this way by the Giants and some of this played out publicly?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I would say, I guess this is part of the package with Abdul Carter, right? Football, it's like a little bit of a different animal because it's harder to retire numbers, which I think is why generally you see less numbers retired. I mean, I think there are a few teams that don't have any numbers retired because there are just too many guys on a roster. If you start doing that, then you open Pandora's box, and now all of a sudden, how many numbers are completely out of circulation? Some teams do it just for like the rarest of the rare. Like I'm not sure San Francisco has very many, but I don't think anybody's wearing 16 again, for example. So like I think this is like a sort of a more complicated thing when it comes to football in general. I also I hate it when these things become public because I think it puts the former player in an awful situation. Don't you guys? Mm-hmm. Like I mean, it's either like I'm going to look like a jerk, like by saying no, or I'm like giving away, something again that's really hard to do in my sport. Like to me, like that is almost on the level of being a Hall of Famer, having your number retired in football, because it's so hard for football teams to put numbers away for good. And so, I mean, I honestly, I sort of give LT credit for not caring what anybody else thought and like protecting his legacy a little bit here, because I do think it puts a lot of these older players, retired players, even retired players' families, like maybe the players passed on and now like someone's son is having to make that decision. I just think when these things become public, it sucks for the former player, and I wish it wouldn't happen this publicly.
Hey, Albert, before we get you out of here, Tom Brady taken to a podcast saying that he had nothing to do with Raiders evaluations. Raiders obviously did what they did in the draft. You had Mark Davis saying he's going to be a very integral part of us evaluating players moving forward. Is the truth somewhere in the middle, or kind of what's his role looking like right now with the Raiders?
I think in certain ways, like just having talked to some people there, I think the best way to describe it is like I think he's kind of the culture setter, and I think that Pete Carroll and John Spytek, new coach and GM, are well aware of what Tom Brady wants, and they've all talked obviously, and Tom does have like regular conversations with those guys, and I think a big part of it is kind of like the belief system and what Tom believes wins. And I think a huge part of that is people who have a passion for football. That term football character, right? And I know this, like the Raiders guys, when they were talking about what to do with the 6th overall pick, it was a big part of the conversation. Is getting somebody who was really like high level when it came to that character of football, that category of football character. And Ashton Genty certainly fits that in so many different ways, So I don't think now eventually I think Brady will become more involved, but this year I don't think he was sitting in there with breaking down the right tackles, breaking down the corners. He did have a little involvement with the veteran quarterbacks and just kind of giving his 2 cents on that stuff. But I think as for right now where it is, it's just sort of the overarching what they're looking to build there, kind of the the types of people they want in the building, and I think the guys they drafted reflect that.
Albert, always appreciate the time. Thanks for popping on. Just wanted to say thanks as well from my perspective. Probably won't be talking to you as much, moving forward. I know you guys will be continuing to have these conversations moving to the stream, but always appreciate it, Albert. Looked forward to this day on the calendar for sure whenever we get a chance to pick your brain. So thanks for spending time with us.
Absolutely. And being right, you guys need me on your show, let me know. I know this isn't going to be the same going forward, right? Like lots of changes coming at the station, but I love coming on. It's a great way for me to connect with a place that's obviously a second home to me, and appreciate you guys all giving me the opportunity to do that every week. And people there in Columbus will be able to find me for sure. We'll find different ways to do that going forward.
Thanks, buddy. You're the best. Have an awesome day.
You got it. All right, guys.
There he goes. Albert Breer, MMQB, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. How will Howard and Jack Sawyer handle the Michigan loss and then ultimately a national championship? That's coming up next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are still watching heavy delays on the far east side, I-70 westbound right near 256. We've got traffic very slow moving as crews work to clear up a crash. If you're coming in from the east side, I would use US 40 to get around that and avoid those backups. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
This summer, something wild is coming to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens soon. Get closer than ever to Mexican wolves, river otters, and more in stunning new habitats. Experience wildlife and conservation in action. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
Social media is fun, but it's not the whole picture. Comparing yourself to what you see online can be stressful. For more tips on reducing stress, go to mha.ohio.gov/check-in. A message from the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. May is officially here, and so are the rising temperatures. Before you know it, you're going to be wondering what else you can do to keep cool during the dog days of summer. Beat the heat and keep the AC in your home with Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. During their semi-annual sale, you'll get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments until 2027. That's a whole lot of savings and a super smart investment, especially when prices are rising. So how exactly does Window Nation keep the prices affordable? Well, they work directly with top window manufacturers in the country, which means all their windows are assembled right here in the USA. Plus, their windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Window Nation's semi-annual sale ends soon, so don't miss your chance to get 60% off. Plus, a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. And you pay nothing until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
You had a solid retirement dream. Sell your home in a few years, bank the equity, downsize, and travel. But with an unpredictable economy and the future feeling uncertain, you're wondering if that equity will still be there when you're ready. What if you could bank that equity right now? With Truehold, you can sell your home for its current value, so you can access your equity today. You can bank the cash now and stay in the home you love with an easy standard lease. Truehold even covers property taxes, insurance, and repairs. And since Truehold hands over your equity in cash now, it's yours to do whatever you'd like. Don't let a shifting economy put your hard-earned equity at risk. Visit Truehold.com and receive their competitive offer on your home in just 48 hours, based on its current value, not what's coming. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
Most Ohioans believe every student, regardless of zip code, income, or background, deserves a great public education. And it's Ohio's dedicated public school educators who make that possible. This Teacher Appreciation Week, join the Ohio Education Association in saying thank you. Tell us about a teacher making a big impact and they could win a vacation package from NEA member benefits or other great prizes, including pizza for their students. Go to ohea.org to nominate a teacher, because public education matters.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and add considerable value to your property. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We're looking at a chance for some scattered showers later today. It's not going to be widespread or all day, but just be ready. Chances will be higher to the south. Temperatures in the upper 60s this afternoon. Will dry out tonight, drop to the 40s, back in the 60s tomorrow. Sunshine, 70s and sunny through your Mother's Day weekend. That's your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Hash browns and smackdowns. You're listening to Morning Juice.
We'll open up calls, open up the phone lines here in about 5 minutes or so. Sharks had such a good time doing that over the last couple of days. Been very good at it. So we'll do that here in 5 minutes. We'll take your calls coming up at 8:30. Always appreciate Albert. Albert will be moving with you guys over to the stream starting
the term
next
is
week.
migrating.
He'll be migrating to the stream. Flocking.
The show Shark and I.
Yeah.
It's a mass migration of handful. You know, Fish was able to parcel you out and spin you off into your own new glorious opportunity to explore the space.
Yeah.
And craft your own vision.
I'm not going to be dampened by you guys anymore.
Exactly. I'm sorry, Bean. Shark and I have been like the wet blankets on your creative. Geez, I always thought that I was your creative muse.
I always thought that too. It's funny how that works.
You just didn't know, Beam. You were confused. The chat's live this morning.
Yeah, it is. It's great. You can hop on there. A lot of discourse this morning. Someone said that Wilbur, who we took in the 7 o'clock hour, just needed a little Lachey behind him.
Defense.
That's
really the greatest things ever. And defense. You know, I was thinking about this, and I think I brought this up yesterday a little bit. I brought this up to Rothman. I was on with him yesterday. I got to schedule my bow hits too and everything else. But for the last 3 national championships, Shark, there's only one other guy, like non-media member, who's been on the sideline like with the team in the post game. I think there might be a couple more, but Doug Callahan's been the trainer at Ohio State for a long time, like going back to Coop. An Ohio guy. Now I always joke because I call him administration now. He's still taping Aiko every now and then. He's still got his fastball, but he's at you know what's amazing, Shark? He's at retirement age and still working as well.
65?
I think he's 66.
He just loves what he does every day.
And he does. But I was trying to think, and I'm going to ask him this question if I see him over at the Woody today. I think it's me and him are the only 3 people that have been on the sideline. Like,
for all 3 of them?
For all 3 of the last national championships.
Was Jerry there in 2002 or not?
He was not.
Okay.
It was Steve Snap. And Jerry would have been there in
Jerry was there in 14 for sure.
It wasn't Steve Snap.
It was Steve Snap.
It was Shelley.
No, it wasn't, Shark. It was Steve Snap in 2002. I'm gonna bite you out, cut you off right there. Shelley came in after Snap, after I was gone. I promise you.
Jerry was here before.
And then they had the media guide mishap. But
yes.
Snap was our guy when I was here. And then Shelley Poe came in maybe 05 or 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. Was here for a lot of trust, and then she ended up leaving, I think, after Urban's first year, and then Jerry took over. Jerry texted me this morning.
She went to West Virginia?
Yeah. Jerry actually texted me this morning. He goes, about the doors. On one side is good, and on the other side is evil.
Ooh.
And in the middle.
About breaking through to the other side?
Well, and in the middle, there's the doors.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
What a great.
I was like, that's a great line.
He's dropping in from the top rope, Jerry.
It really was. So the doors are the vessel, if you will, that takes you to the other side.
Oh my God, I've never put that together 100%. Before. Have you before he sent that to you?
No, and I says like, God, that's amazing. I never thought of that.
It blew my mind. That, and then learning Stalin was 5'5".
listen, when I found that out, I was just as shocked as you guys. And then
Honestly, of all the things that we've said,
there were 4 photographers that he had murdered, Shark, or they disappeared because
let's not say murdered.
Yeah,
okay.
they were reassigned.
Yeah. They've been migrated.
They've been migrated to the gulags, out to the Siberian work camps.
I'll tell you, out of all the things that I've learned on this show, the Stalin being 5'5" may have blown my roof off more than anything else.
Than FDR being a 4-term president.
That also rocked my world too. Didn't know that was a thing.
That was so. I mean,
that's more common knowledge though than Stalin being in the mid-5s.
And I'm because I was with you. I'm like, man, Stalin. I thought he's this big burly
dude.
Russian
He's 6'3", 250.
Yes, big thick mustache, like
wears a bear skin
hair.
Yeah,
and yes. He always had that green. I mean, he looks like a Soviet. When I imagine like a Soviet soldier, I imagine Stalin. I imagine being 6'3" and 245, like you said. And then when I saw that, I was like, wait, short. And then multiple photographers were executed for not portraying him. And because you always see his pictures, he's always in the front and he's always like being upshot. So he looks big and strong like Mother Russia. And he's not. It wasn't him at all. He's a little Napoleon out there.
I got to look at his pictures now.
You'll go, dude. You'll find him.
Yeah, it's always an upshot.
It's always an upshot.
You're right.
Man.
It is always an upshot.
When he's with and part of it, I think, is him being with FDR kind of saved him because FDR was in the wheelchair the whole time. So him and Churchill, no one was ever standing up, so you couldn't really see it. So I'm like, man, that kind of blew my mind.
It rocked my world.
But going back, I was thinking, I hear the Lachey stuff, and I was like, man, I started thinking about this last night. Defense! It's like, I'm probably one of the few people. I was like, Doug's the other guy, and there might be 1 or 2 others, but there's no one that's on the training staff. There's no one else that's on the coaching staff that's been there that long, on the media staff, support staff. I don't know about the athletic department. Gene wasn't there in 2002. I don't think Dan Cloran was here. There was a handful of other people that
Gene wasn't here this year.
And Gene wasn't here this year as well. So I just I'm trying to think that. I was like, man, and it got me because of the Jim Knowles article that came out. And I said, talk to Jim. I have a lot of respect for Jim as a coach. And we always joke, he's kind of a different dude. But his level of elation, the point of reference for that was I've seen people 3 times celebrate these games. And his level of elation wasn't where I thought it would be. And at the time, I just passed it off to him being a little bit unique. And maybe now all that contract stuff pops in my mind. And I was like, I understand why that stuff was going on. Well, Justin Fry left. And Justin Fry gave me the biggest hug in the world and was super juiced and pumped up as everything.
As he should be.
As he should be, because he just won a national title. And he was a big reason for that with the offensive line, just like Jim Knowles was a big reason for that with the defense and how well they played. So... And then I see this picture of Justin Fry and a friend of mine, Jem Ray, out in Scottsdale at the one of the restaurants he's running. He was the dude that used to take care of us up at the campus bars here. I told Cody Simon, this is the guy you need to know out there.
Got to get to know this guy.
But not too well because you don't need to be there too much.
We're going to open up the phone lines right now, 614-821-9710. That's the phone number. You can talk to Shark. Talk about whatever you want. You can talk some Buckeyes with us. Whatever. We'll take those calls here coming up in a couple of minutes. Yeah, Cody's going to have a great time out there.
Oh, all his little Buckeye brethren? Absolutely. Phoenix, I'm going to have to get out there now and go see those guys and see my dude Jem and have some dinner. And I don't know if I need to go to the Scottsdale Knights nightclub anymore.
You need to go to that.
I don't know. Only my wife's real keen on that. I mean, doing some of that stuff. I mean, I would have to bring her, and I don't think she wants to go to those places anymore. But they're fun nightclubs. I set some of the guys up last time they're out there. They played Clemson. After that shellacking, and Jem took care of him and did a great job, as I would have expected.
The Clemson victory?
No, the shellacking. The 31-0.
We don't talk about that.
Nope, that is one that
we don't talk about Bruno.
Exactly. And people, everyone tells you Urban Meyer's a great big game coach, won every big game. I'm like, Coach, I was there. Watched that thing, and that reminded me a lot of that Florida National Championship loss. It was as rough as that one, where you felt like after the second quarter, there's really no path to victory here.
I remember that I was sick. I had a head cold.
From the game?
Yeah, it actually got worse during the game. We were at one of my buddies' houses. It was me and then my stepdad. We're over at our friends' families. We were back in Dayton watching the game. And at halftime, we just pulled ripcord. I'm like, dude, I feel like crap, and this game isn't going to change.
Time to go to Diamonds.
It's time.
It's Diamonds time.
Oh, man. It would have been a better alternative looking back on it. It would have been much better than actually watching the end of that football game. Is Arizona, the Scottsdale nightlife like Diamonds?
They're not cabarets like Diamonds.
Oh,
They're
okay.
just nightclubs, but the clothing might be similar, though. I'm not sure how that works.
You ever been to Club Live down in Miami? You seem like Club Live guy.
Coach, I've been just about everywhere to everything, and that's why I know now that I don't need to go to those places anymore. I have zero desire. I've done it. I've lived it. I've survived it, and I would prefer to have that in my trunk of storage memories as opposed to...
You don't want to break out that trunk anymore and live through them?
Yeah, I don't need to put up a fresh canvas to paint another picture. Those can be stored away in memory lane.
That's in the box. We're going to take some of your calls coming up here in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching heavy delays in from the far east side. I-70 westbound right near 256. We've got a crash that has traffic at a near standstill. If you're coming in from the Reynoldsburg, even Pataskala area, I would use US 40 into the metro. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Hey, Chris Candy here. My mom goes out of her way to make me happy, so this year I'm returning the favor with a bouquet from the Books Company. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they grow bigger, brighter, and last way longer. It's easy. Pick your bouquet, delivery date, and done. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your bouquets now. Go to Books.com. Use promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Beamer has a very punchable face, so Bobby punches it. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up tomorrow at this very time, AJ Hawk. He's going to round out the program with us as he always does on a Friday. We'll head back out to the phone lines right now. For the final time on this iteration of the program, we'll go down to Round Town, check in with Terry from Circleville. Hey, good morning, Terry.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Doing great, thank you.
I'm going to miss you guys in the morning. I take my son from Circleville to Lancaster every morning. He's autistic, and I take him to a school in Lancaster, and we listen to you guys every morning. We listen to you while we get ready. It's one of his favorite things. He's just so sad that you guys are going away together. One of his favorite things is Tuesdays, listening for, to call in. He calls in on his own phone and then hands it to me if Shark answers. But we try to win that Roosters gift card every
Tuesday. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words, and it's just happy to be able to positively impact lives. That's, when we started doing this, that was always the goal. Like, how can you make people's day
just a skosh better?
Just a skosh better.
Thanks for calling in, Terry. We appreciate that, and shout out to your son and you doing that every day as well.
We appreciate it. That's what's made the show.
We started off just trying to, what was it? I think Schlegs came up with it. Inform, educate, and entertain, I believe was the three things that we were after. And hopefully we did that.
Sometimes we're informing each other.
Like Stalin and like FDR. There's been a lot of informing of each other of other things that happen in the world. We'll go back out to the phone lines, check in right here in Columbus with Nate. Hey, good morning, Nate.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing today?
Great, thank you.
Good. Hey, Beamer, by the way, I'm still waiting on that 2v2 scramble match versus you and Austin Ward. Still waiting on that invite.
Let's make it happen. I'll have some free times during the days now.
I'm ready for it. I'll get old Phil up here from Charlotte. I know you miss him too, but no, just wanted to say I love this show, guys. Listen to it since the beginning. Was sad to see Schlegels go, but love that you were able to incorporate him back in, and you guys have been great. Just wanted to get your really early prediction. Where are the CBJ going to finish next year, guys? I've got them finishing first in the Metro. Where you got them?
Gosh,
I think first in the Metro would be fantastic. Thanks, Nate, for the call. Appreciate it.
I think it would be great. I would like to see them be better than a wild card, and I think that can be it. So top three in the Metro, I think, is very realistic with how well this team played, despite everything that had happened in a very adverse situation.
Oh, of course, man. I mean, you lost Johnny Gaudreau before the season. You had Boone Jenner go down for mostly the entire season. Swiftly following that, you had Goody go down. You missed Monahan for a bunch of time.
Until he had some time in the middle, he was down.
Yeah, they just there were a lot of situations going on with him, and despite that, they got you to game 82. They got you there. I'm with you. It's a big offseason for them.
And they won the game. They won all the games they needed to win. Yeah. They just
those damn Canadians.
Damn Canadians. They got one for you.
We'll go back out to the phone lines. Check with Michael from Columbus. Hey, Mike. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, thank you.
Hey, just wanted to say I'm going to miss you guys. Listen to you every morning. A shout out to Bob's dad. When I played Pee-wee football back in the day, when I went to my grandmother's, I'd be by myself and I'd throw the football up in the air and pretend like I'm, running back. And the main person that I watched when I was little was your dad.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. And he listens to this show every day, and so I know he appreciates that as well. And doing this, one of the great joys of my life was getting a chance to coach with my dad his last 7 years, and watching him impact people in a positive way and young people and giving back to the community. And so I thought he always kind of encouraged me to get into media, and the thought of being able to kind of impact somebody like that in a similar way is it's really humbling. In our show, I think, it's awesome, your positivity and Shark, being able to do that, but then hearing some of the drops about my dad, it obviously warms my heart significantly.
Thanks, Michael, for the call. Appreciate it. And also shout out to your dad, because after this, he's going to maybe mow the grass today and then watch TV Land.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got some fresh new episodes of Ponderosa fired up, maybe a little Gunsmoke. John Wayne classic.
That sounds so good. Shark, that's going to be you in a couple of months.
Davy Crockett miniseries from 1953.
Still in black and white.
Absolutely. Have RJ come down and watch him with him.
Dad, this show's awesome. You heard about Davy Crockett?
He told RJ that TV went to hell when it became colorized. I'm like, there you go.
This was back in the golden days.
Yeah.
Go back to the phones. We'll go to Bill from Nurk. Hey, Bill. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing, guys?
Good, thank you.
Hey, Bobby, I got a little story about your dad, Rob. We went to school together. I was 2 years ahead of him. My brother Steve was in his class, and then my brother Jeff was a year behind. So all of us played football in junior high. I used to walk back and forth from Stanberry up on the hill down to Northfield for practice. And so we used to talk every once in a while. One day, the 8th graders weren't there, so the 9th graders, that was me at this time, we decided we'd ask the 7th graders if they wanted to scrimmage with us a little bit. And that wasn't too fair, but we did get into a little chucking circle there, and I chucked my brother down, pretty good, but Rob was the quarterback then, I believe, in 7th grade, and he did a great job, but then the other side of this story is my brother Jeff used to date your mom, Susie.
Oh, yeah. When you said Jeff, you turned radio down. Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's she had mentioned that name before, so I thought that's where it may be going.
Yeah. But anyway, we just really enjoyed Rob and everything that was going on there. You've done a great job in moving everything forward. I've listened to the morning juice here on and off when I go back and forth when driving. So I'm retired now and just doing a little bit of this, a little of that, but just wanted to say how much I enjoyed the show. Good luck to you. Good luck to everybody on the show, and just a little tick back from memory lane there for you and your dad.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's the first time my mom's been referenced by someone outside of me on the show. So that's thank you as well, and I'll let her know about that.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, last one for the day. We'll head us to Michigan, actually. Territory up north. We'll head to Trav. Hey, good morning, Trav. Thanks for the time.
Morning. Thanks for having a great show. I get to hear all the nice Ohio State stuff up here and keep my sanity around these people up here because they are pretty arrogant just about beating us and not winning any crap up here other than that.
Travis, where are you from? Where are you living at up in Michigan?
So I'm in Adrian, Michigan, and it's closer to Toledo, Ohio than Ann Arbor a little bit. And I saw Bobby the last 2 years at the 4 miler, but you're so busy, I don't want to come up and bug you. So, but yeah, you guys have all been great. I love Schlegel coming on. The person I live with, I drive her up the wall with all the sayings that, attack and dominate, all gas, no brakes, and how I talk about you guys more than my own family, because you guys are all the station or shows are pretty much like a family to me. So it's great having you guys, and I'll miss you.
Well, thank you,
Travis.
Being on the front lines up there, too, just across the border, it's always a dicey place, that Toledo up to Detroit, Ann Arbor triangle. And
I just want to know how you deal with those roads, man. They're awful up there.
It's an adventure, Beam. When you're driving, you never know where the potholes are.
I'm usually so distracted by the weed billboards that I'm not even feeling the potholes.
Well, that's key. Get yourself a vape pen like McAfee. And just...
No. It's not the vape pen. It's got to be the 6-foot water bong.
Well, that creates some hazards while you might be trying to drive. And I wouldn't recommend consumption of cannabis while driving anyway. I believe that's against the law.
I believe that it's 1,000% against the law. I actually don't believe it. I know it is a law. It's a fact.
No,
Jack.
That's a fact. Better check your facts, Jack.
Thanks to everybody for calling in. Awesome. We couldn't have done these last 4 years and change without every single one of you. So appreciate all the calls. I mean, we were North Carolina today. Colleen from Carolina, Travis from Michigan, Cleveland yesterday, Warren, all kinds of different places around the states.
Mark from Mexico.
Mark from Mexico is listening in on the YouTube chat. So, yeah, thanks to each and every single one of you. I had a fantastic time doing it, and I'll definitely miss these two guys moving forward. We'll reveal our fan poll coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching heavy delays in from the far east side. I-70 westbound right near 256. We've got a crash that has traffic at a near standstill. If you're coming in from the Reynoldsburg, even Pataskala area, I would use US 40 into the metro. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Come into your local AAA Car Care Plus and get a $39.99 full synthetic oil change plus a free tire rotation. Only at AAA Car Care Plus locations. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Restrictions apply. Offer ends May 31st. See store for details.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
They will resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technology Wendy's, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch chicken sandwich. And to be honest, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. It's packed with bold Cajun flavors and topped with crispy onions for a satisfying crunch. All on Wendy's iconic spicy chicken sandwich. It's honestly kind of my dream sandwich. I hope it likes me back. For a sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Going up.
Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available if at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If Bobby and Beamer aren't talking about it, it's not worth your time anyway. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Always a good day to go back and listen to the podcast. Albert Breer joined us in the 8 o'clock hour, took some calls, had a great fun time along the way. And the Morning Juice podcast is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. You can use promo code JustSports for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Yeah, great day to go back and listen to the pod.
Oh, going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow is going to even be more fun.
Oh, it's just fun and hijinks at this
show
point.
Filled with hijinks. We're going to have our normal guests, maybe a surprise guest as well.
We've got that. Well, first of all, we do have a surprise guest who's not a surprise guest. Schlegs is going to be in studio with us for God, I don't even know how long. He's obviously welcome to the entire show. We'll see what happens, but he's supposed to be here at 6 a.m. tomorrow. We do have a recording with a surprise guest today right at 9 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Right after the show ends in about 10 minutes' time. So we're excited about that.
I think everybody will enjoy the triumphant, kind of like James Brown coming back to the Apollo, Shark. I mean, I don't want to oversell it or anything, but
I'm maybe looking more forward to this than anything we've ever done.
I would concur with that, Beam. It's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Excited to hear from this guy. Everybody is very familiar with this guy, I would think, if you listen to the program throughout the history of it and its inception.
It's been a while since he's been on, but ready to welcome him back.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be big way. And it's fitting, too, because it's on a weekend. So we're going to get a nice index, maybe a catalog of what's going to happen this weekend on a Mother's Day weekend as well. What are you doing today? What do you got lined up for a nice little Thursday?
So we're going to do the practice show after this because, you love practice, Beam.
I thought you were just playing the game.
Someone thought that was a good idea. I'm more in the Allen Iverson mode right now.
Can I watch that show?
You can come on in and hang out after we hang out.
I didn't say I wanted to do that.
Well, you can sit there. If you're more into voyeurism, that's your thing
I'll
too.
Look from
you can watch.
Get a Sharks purview on it and just watch from the other side of the glass.
You can do that. So I got that. Gonna get a little workout in. I don't know. Got some different emails and some stuff I've got to get done. I've got a couple flags, the American flags that are folded that were given to me at different, like from military people that I wanted to get framed. So they've been in the back of my truck for like the last 3 days. So I need to probably drop those off and go meet with someone at the frame shop. Tonight I'm going to probably drive to Cincy. They got a little deal. If you want to come, you're more than welcome to for Burrow's deal. It's like a party the night before.
Ooh, a pre-party.
Yeah, a little pre-party. They got the post-party tomorrow, Beam. So the pre-party, we'll see how that kind of shakes out. Just want to go down there. It'll probably be a little bit less congested, so get a chance to talk to everybody. And so drive there, drive back. If it wasn't our last show tomorrow, I probably just would have taken the day off and then
that would have been smart.
And then, or even done the show from down there and then just woke up and played and hung out. But we're gonna make the trek and get some driving in. And
I like a good drive.
It's not bad as long as I got something to listen to or someone to talk to. I don't mind it. I'm being alone with my thoughts for a while can be scary.
That is a scary place to be. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I try not to spend too much time in my own head.
We drove when we went to swimming the other night because, again, we're just dealing with a feral animal. We sat him in the back, and he was chowing down on goldfish. And we're always a radio on kind of family. Like, we've always got music. We've got iPhone. We've got something going. And again, it's a 7-minute drive to the pool from our house with traffic during rush hour and trying to merge onto High Street is never an easy thing, but we try to get it done and accomplished. And we sat in dead silence, and we never do that because he was quiet and he was eating his goldfish and he was content in the back. I didn't even reach for the radio. I'm like, this was the nicest sound I've had in like 5 days. It was just the sound of nothing, the sound of silence, if you will.
Yeah, that's the sounds of silence are beautiful. Sometimes. Well, when I do this, and sometimes I'll speak, I'll have class, I'll do my show with Schlags, that's on YouTube, and we have all this crap that's going on. And I told Courtney, sometimes I just want to sit here and not talk.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to look at my food for 10 minutes, eat it, and just dead silence. Like that's the goal some days.
That's it.
And that's all I want. It's very simple. I don't want to hear my kids yelling and fighting. I just want to hear silence. Like if an acorn falls off a tree outside, I want to be able to hear it. That's how quiet I'd like it to be.
I'd like to hear the tink off the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. Hear the squirrels jumping around, and I'm about ready to start killing all the squirrels and rabbits too. I'm done with them, eating all my stuff.
We had to protect our flowers from the deer. We're getting ravaged by deer.
Yeah, I'm going to walk outside and bear an arrow at one of them.
Meat missile?
Throw a meat missile right in their lung.
It's your property. You can do whatever you want.
I don't know if it's not a firearm. It's a
weapon.
Bow. It is a weapon. You're really allowed to.
What's the rules on that?
If I felt like I was being attacked?
Well, what if you didn't feel like you were being attacked?
Well, it's attacking my flowers, which an attack on them is attack on me.
It's attack on your property, technically.
Is. It's terrible.
Stand your ground.
I told you I'm gonna get some coyotes and start raising them in the back. I won't even have to do it. Oh,
why don't you just get a dire wolf? We're cloning them.
I'm not opposed to it. If you want to give me some large feral animal, as long as he'll listen to me, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you just got to be the alpha in the pack. You got to make sure about that. Yeah, I got nothing planned for today. Gonna go hang out. Get a couple of things done. Got a few last-minute things we need to do for Mother's Day.
Yeah, I got to get
because tomorrow I'm not going to be able to do any of that because we are playing golf right after the show tomorrow. Not right after the show. It's at 1 o'clock. But getting to that whole process is going to take the entire morning.
It's in Cincinnati.
It's in Cincinnati, and I've got a dog and a 2-year-old that I need to transport to Dayton first. So that'll be 90% of the battle. But yeah, I think I need to do some yard work today. I need to get my grass mowed since hopefully it's going to be dried out by this afternoon. And then I think we're grilling out tonight. It's going to be pretty low-key for us on a Thursday, which will be good.
Have fun with that, Bean.
Yeah.
That should be very exciting for you. Bodie Wells just threw in the chat. Juicers, do you think the Celtics will ever make another wide-open three-pointer? Please say yes before I go stand in the middle of traffic on 670.
No,
I said
I'm going to say no.
Doubtful, Bodie. They're going to keep their keeping their 25% shooting alive.
I'm going to say they're going to go lower in games 3 and 4, and then the Knicks are going to sweep them. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan or X, is sponsored by Caster Connection. What's more important to you as a Buckeye fan, beating Michigan or winning a national championship? Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, both on Ben Roethlisberger's podcast. We can take a little bit more of a listen to that tomorrow. We did get sidetracked a little bit by how tall Joseph Stalin was.
Or short, lack of height.
And they both said, winning a natty. I mean, it obviously hurts. You don't want to have to go through that situation. It's not an either or, You would rather have both. But if you're going to pick one, you're national champions.
Saying that you're the best in the country, like I said, I've got 3 pairs of gold pants and one natty ring. I would trade one of those pairs of gold pants for a 2003 or 2005 national championship ring. And, that's easy because I guess I won 3 of them, but we were so close. We had a team that was good enough to get there and just didn't make the plays at the times we needed to.
Shout out to CJ on X, too, by the way. Said, rule is on hunting, it must be an acre property and you can use a bow.
If I can get a consortium with my neighbor's property, can we blend that together? We got a half acre. My neighbor's got a half acre.
As long as the neighbors are cool with you.
Two halves. Oh, my neighbor across the street would let me shoot it with I watched him out there with a pellet gun, maybe throwing some at the deer because they're eating his flowers too.
Get out of here, deer.
Yeah.
Scram. Bob, I had so much fun with you today. What do you say we reconvene for one last time on a big Friday? Good with that?
Final Friday.
Final show
countdown
for us. Everybody have an awesome day. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We're back live tomorrow morning for the final version of this show that will ever exist. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. No major crashes that we're watching, but still watching trickling delays from the far east side on I-70 westbound from a crash earlier this morning right near 256. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. It is a big sale at Universal Windows Direct. You're getting an incredible 50% off your windows. That's half off, and it gets even better. For a limited time, you get no interest and no payments for 12 months. That's a whole year. I got to tell you when something's half and when something's a year. You also get a free entry door with your window purchase. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. Give them a call, 614-502-5220, or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
If my buttery smooth voice represents the photos in your social media feed,
and this is closer to what real life is like. Social media can be fun, but remember, it's only showing you
the filtered version of life. So when social media is stressing you out, check in on yourself and remember, it's not the whole story. For more tips on reducing your stress, go to mha.ohio.gov/check-in. A message from the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Pataska locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Leslie, what's that hot lamp against your window for?
Pella windows are tested up to 160 degrees, Wilson, to ensure efficiency and the lowest energy bills possible, even in the craziest of temperatures. Put your hand on there.
All right. God, that's hot.
On the window, Wilson.
Oh, hey, that is quite nice and cool. So I'm going to go grab some ice now.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rated #1 for innovation at PellaColumbus.com.
Now at White Castle, you can get 12 chicken rings for just $3.99. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside. Choose from classic or our new Cheddar Blast flavor made with real cheddar cheese. White Castle. Follow your crave. Limited time only at participating castles. Tax not included.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Gotta do is put up.
Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Columbus. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour with special guest L. King. Nationwide Arena,
Saturday, September 13th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church, Free the Machine Tour. Live at Nationwide Arena, Saturday, September 13th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
When you're ready to sell your car, another reason to choose Hinder Motor Company is the easy, fast, fair, and hassle-free way to sell. This is Justin Hinderer. We pay top dollar for your vehicle, whatever the make or model, and no purchase is necessary. Consider trading and get even more toward your next vehicle. Drive in today and leave with cash, or get a great deal. See why it's a pleasure doing business. Just visit HinderMotorCompany.com.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.